It's the club with all of the staff, the players are going to be taking all these 3 trophies on the bus through the city of Barcelona with some very special points. We're sure the streets are going to be filled with fans. If last night was anything to go by, this should be very, very exciting indeed. We've got a long, lengthy, extra special program. We're going to have protagonists there too, so sit yourselves down. You're going to want to enjoy this one a lot indeed. Right, without any further ado, today, joining me on the couch, we have Mr. Spencer Siegel. Spence, welcome back, my friend. You were here, of course, last night. Champions, good occasion, right?
Not even 24 hours ago. We're right back into this thing. I'm surprised that we were able to get a parade route planned out so quickly. They must have known that something was going to happen yesterday. This is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to watching them just roam through the streets, enjoying the day, and we don't get these all the time. So let's take our time today. Let's have some fun with this. Let's enjoy it, because I always say with moments like these, sometimes you don't want them to end because you just want them to go slowly so you can savor it a bit more. Yeah, absolutely. We've got plenty to get through today, of course. We're going to be discussing lots of topics of the season. I've got a few points I want to go over. It's a nice occasion for us to sort of remember, like you say, Spence, take a bit of time to remember everything we've gone through this season, some of the highs, some of the lows, and eventually we end it with 3 amazing trophies, of course. Right. Also with us today, we're going to have Malik Badal. He's going to be with the team on the bus. So without any further ado, let's go to our first connection with Malik Badal. He's going to be with the team.
Hi, Pablo. Hi, guys. How are you? You like my shirt? This is the official one, isn't it? 28 leagues with all the names of the champions in my back. I have this shirt, of course, because today is a big celebration. We are really looking forward for the next hours with all Barcelona with the colors Blau and Grana. This is the bus where Barca players will be for the next hours, for the next 3 hours almost. It will be the party. So, Paul, how are you to go in? Are you fine? Yeah? Are you fine? Yeah? Okay, let's go. Let's gonna show what is inside the bus of the champions. This is the lower part, but we have to go upstairs just to watch how will be the part where all the champions will be during all the evening. Oh, very beautiful. This is the place. So empty now, but believe me that it will be absolutely full of people in a few minutes with the grass, artificial one, not natural one. But I like this place, Paul, with all the trophies, with the Copa, with the Liga, with the Super Copa, and behind the trophies, the next Spotify Camp Nou. Yesterday, President Laporta said that next season we will be back. This is the Super Copa, won against Real Madrid, the League, also against Real Madrid, but against the other teams, and the Copa del Rey, won in Sevilla. So, very beautiful the place. So, I think that you cannot imagine, neither me, what will be to stay here watching all the city with the Blaugrana colors, celebrating, because it's absolutely madness today in Barcelona with a very sunny day. It's expected to be a very interesting day. Oh, the scarf is up, it's down. Well, it's a good idea just to have the scarf. Just to explain what will happen in the next hours. For the next 3 hours, more or less, Barca players will go from this place next to the Spotify Camp Nou to the center of Barcelona. I don't know if you've been once at Barcelona. We will go from the neighborhood of Les Corts, go to the Eixample, and then to the Plaza Catalunya, and to end L'Arc de Triomphe, one of the most iconic places of the city. While we will do all this way, of course, we will see some footage of the players, and in the next hours here in Barca 1, you will celebrate with us the party of the champions. So, guys, I will leave the scarf here, because it's very warm now. It's not time to put me the scarf, and maybe one of these scarves will be for a Barca player. So, guys, as always, follow us here in Barca Live just to show how is the party. A long season, but today is end, and we hope it will end with a big, big celebration.
Mark, thank you very much. Lovely. I mean, look at that. We can still see some of all the scarves there on the bus. Looking good, looking in good condition. And, of course, the 3 trophies at the top there, Spence.
Yeah, I'm hoping that those are going to be monitored throughout this bus ride, because it gets a little bumpy on the streets of Barcelona. And we've seen something like that happen in the past before. We don't want a repeat of history in that way. But bus looks good.
It does.
It looks like they just grabbed one of the tourist buses that are around the city and just ripped out the seats from the top so that everybody can stand on there.
And there's some boxes in there. I'm sure the players are going to enjoy themselves in there today. Without any further ado, should we take a look at the little route that the players are going to be taking today, and of course the staff when they go through the city of Barcelona? It's a good route, Spence, and I was looking at it.
Did we get someone to animate it? That would be nice, you know?
We have. We've got a little animation of the route.
No.
No
me digas. Let's do this. Let's see it.
If we can see If we can see the route of the tour on the screen, there you go.
Oh, it is animated.
Look at that, Spence, just for you.
Wow.
So there you go. That's the route for everyone watching on from home. Passes starts at Spotify Camp Nou, passes through Travesera de les Corts. That goes down Numancia just a tad, and then all the way across Carrer Berlin and Paris. Nice area. And all the way down Carrer Balmas. Near Plaza Catalunya too, which I'm guessing is going to be absolutely hectic.
Yeah.
And then eventually all the way it will take the turn and finish down Arc de Triomphe. Spence.
8 turns I'm seeing.
Okay.
If we want to count that little trapezoidal turn at Pelai. But I see potential for a lot of people lining up, as you said, especially by Plaza Catalunya, which is not too far from where people were yesterday.
Yeah. Well, if you can see on screen there, we do have the 3 animation points as they've been called here. You can see there's one right at the start, of course, and then I'm expecting once we get to Arc de Triomphe at the end, that's going to be absolutely hectic. And we will also have connections with Jordi Cochran, who is there towards the end of our program. We're hoping with some fans, so you'll be able to see the reaction of the fans live too, which is going to be absolutely great. And I'm expecting some very happy fans today, Spence, no doubt about that.
I'm looking forward to it, and we have the benefit of seeing a couple of images ahead of time with Lamine and Rafinha, who are seemingly getting themselves ready. I just hope that they have their phones fully charged for this, because it's going to be a couple of hours of taking photos and getting some content ready.
They're going to be needing them. As soon as we can, we will, of course, be showing you the full footage of the bus tour of Barcelona. Spence, just before, we even dive into everything, let's just a quick, maybe brief overview for all the people tuning in. What a campaign for Barcelona, and a nice way to end it last night with a 2-0 win over Espanyol. Of course, you do it against your local rivals. Lamine Yamal scores a screamer, but seriously, I mean, just maybe like a brief overview from you, because I'll go into individual points too, but
yeah,
what a campaign.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have plenty of time to digest and break down everything that this season has been. But, we've been doing this Barca Live, Barca 1, previously Barca TV, and the last 4 years have been difficult. Even when we won the league title 2 years ago with Xavi, it was a fun year, and it was unlike what a lot of people had experienced, because it was the first title of the new generation, of the new era. And so it was something new, but it wasn't as emphatic. You were happy, of course, that you won the title, but this year was different. And I think Joan Laporta yesterday summed it up very nicely in the words that we were able to get from him after the game, which was, this was a season that went against everybody and everything. Everybody counted us out. And the way in which this team came together and harmonized with one another to create something truly special. I mean, I know that you've been a Barca fan for a long time, but you just got here this year. So if you think this is the norm,
Well, when I arrived here last season, actually, I arrived. We got knocked out to PSG about 2 weeks later, and then the weekend after, we lost in the Clásico to Real Madrid. So it all just sort of a collapse. But no, yeah, you are right. A great first season.
It's been so much fun this year. How much fun have you had watching football this year? We can't always say it that way.
Yeah, completely, Spence. This team, it is so fun to watch, though. And maybe that doesn't work so well defensively, if you like, at times in the highliners. I think, personally, I look at the Real Madrid game, for example, and maybe that causes games to be more even than they need to be. When I think Barcelona are quite superior to their opponent, but because of the nature of the way they play, you're going to give sides chances. And if there are sides who've got pacey and clinical players like Mbappe, they're going to cause problems, of course. But, I mean, going forward, the goal stats are ridiculous. I think we've scored 4+ goals in 14 games just in 2025 alone. That on its own is quite insane when you really strip that down.
Yeah.
But the way we've been playing going forward, you're right, Spence. How fun have we been to watch?
Well, football and just sport in general is designed to be this way, right? It's a spectator's sport, and yeah, you want to win, and you'd like to win by any means necessary, but I think a lot of Barca fans would say that at their core, they want to enjoy their football more than anything else. And if we compare it to other teams, not just in La Liga, but around Europe, the methodology that goes into winning games sometimes doesn't exactly correspond with playing entertaining football. And I think this year was one of those rare moments where we got both.
Yeah.
We got entertaining football, and it turned out to be winning football, and we can't take that for granted because it doesn't happen every year.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's what I've loved about it. This team, they're not just one of those, which they could have been this year, a young, exciting team that shows an awful lot of promise, that gets everyone off their feet, that everyone in Europe enjoys watching, but they don't win games. They're not they're not clinical enough, or they lack something that killer instinct in the final third. But no, it's not been the case this year. There we have it then. First images of the bus, which is starting to fill up there, Spence. And there you can see all the players on it.
There we go.
There they are.
Everybody's got their sunglasses, though. That's important. I hope they also brought their sunscreen.
Yes, important.
Got to remind these children.
And look at that. There you go. Images as the
And we're off.
We're underway. The bus tour, the bus parade for the champions is indeed underway as Barca will begin to make their way. There they are, enjoying it on the top. Lovely day for it too, by the way. I know Mark just said that. Looks like it's going to be a cracking afternoon. I'm excited, not just to see these players enjoying it, but I don't know about you, I'm excited to see the crowds in attendance too. I want to see how hectic this gets.
The crowds.
I'm guessing you've done a few or seen a few bus tours here before, Spence, right?
I've seen them. I've never been out there for them because I was either working them or taking the day off. But in this case, I'm already ready to. I don't want to say judge, but comment on everybody's outfits. And I have to say, while we've already gotten a couple of close-ups, and I'm usually anti-Koundé fashion, I'm in on it today.
Are you? Okay.
I'm in on it today. Look, he's at the back. He's sitting next to the trophies, and he's wearing a bucket hat.
I want to see him.
He's wearing a bucket hat that already screams he's ready for the day.
He's ready for it. Well, crowds are good there, by the way, just outside the Spotify Camp Nou, which of course we hope to be playing at again. We will be playing at, as Laporta said yesterday, next season, which will be very exciting too. Ryan, Barca did this whole season playing at a temporary home too. I know it feels like home now, Montjuic, but they did it, playing at a ground that isn't their main home ground. And Laporta thanked all those Barca fans for making the effort to go to Montjuic and to support the team this season. But I mean, that's a feat in itself too.
Yeah, I remember going to last year's Clásico.
Yeah.
At Montjuic, which was, I believe, in October.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And I was going and I was thinking, I had never been to a Clásico live. I had worked a number of them, but I hadn't gone. So I was like, let's do this one. And it could be special because it's going to be the only one that they play at Montjuic. Yeah. Turned out to be wrong about that. And I'm glad because I think last year with the turnaround that the team was starting to show, especially with Lamine coming into his own, we needed something to take from Montjuic as a memory.
Yeah.
And last year, I don't know.
We didn't have many.
Like, if I told you, like, if I asked you right now, what top 2 memories do you have of last season as it relates to Montjuic?
Yeah, you'd be really.
It's kind of difficult, right?
I'd be digging. I don't think. I'm trying to think that.
Bellingham scored, a winner there, so we can eliminate that.
The Napoli game. At home. Again, you're talking about a round of 16 Champions League tie. Yeah, I agree.
No, it's just for that reason, it's tough.
Yeah.
But that's why I think, even though we didn't get to the Spotify Camp Nou this year, which we thought we were going to, it turned out to be a good thing.
It did. Well, look at those crowds there out in the streets now of Barcelona as the bus is leaving the areas of the Spotify Camp Nou. I mean, incredible crowds. This is one of the points where we are expecting most fans to be assembled later on as we get nearer towards Plaza Catalunya. We're also expecting quite a few there, but this will be one of the main points as those fans wave their heroes on. And Flick said all season, Laporta said it too, the players said it, the importance of the fans. I think this season, Spence, the fans have been immense, and credit to them for sticking by the team, for going to Montjuic. But also, I mean, boy, of the players giving them something to cheer about. I think that's, I don't know, like you, for me, when I'm as a Barca fan now, coming into games, I'm excited. Like, I love watching this team play. It's great fun to watch. And I think that's brought great harmony, really, between the players and the fans. And I think that's what's made it so special, maybe, that bond this season. As, I mean, there you can see Laporta, emotional day for him, I'm sure. He'll be delighted, I think, with the season. Maybe not even he would have expected it to have gone this well. After last season and after the summer, of course.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not on the bus there with them, to be honest.
I wonder if he'll get up there soon.
I'm also we're in the very early stages, obviously,
Yeah.
of this parade, but I've already seen the players shooting off the confetti, and considering that these dudes are between the ages of 17 and 22, I'm wondering if they, run out of their supply before they even get like a quarter of the way through this thing.
You got to know how to use it, is what you're saying.
You got to tell them to pace themselves, or we're gonna have to replenish or something. But you were talking about the fans,
Yeah.
and there's something very special about living through a generational change, because a lot of people who are, I would say, early stage Barca fans, and by that I mean we'll say like 30 years old and younger. Maybe we can creep up a little bit higher, but early stage Barca fans have known one generation of Barca, and that is the team with Lionel Messi. Since Leo left, everybody was wondering, what is this team going to look like now? We have to make some sort of adjustment to life after Leo.
Yeah.
And it was difficult. There were a few years in there where it was tough, but Barca, they were a European superpower before Leo arrived, and we came into that transition, and now we're seeing that it's about the club. Which is why we say Mesquite Club, because it's the players and the system that's led to this kind of love from the fan base, and why 10 years ago we would see a Messi shirt in every single corner of Barcelona. Now it's Lamine, Pedri, Gavi.
A lot of them, yeah.
And they all come from La Masia.
Yeah. Just got a glimpse there of Hansi Flick. I hope he enjoys today, because he's really given it his all this season, of course, as coach, and he's been so serious and diligent about all of his work, but he'll be able to maybe let loose a little bit today, enjoy it with the fans, and he's such a nice and humble person, of course, and he'll enjoy this too with all the people. He was saying that yesterday after the Espanyol game, that he was looking forward to seeing the smiles on the fans' faces. That makes this extra special too, as you can see there. I think some of the players throwing some things down to the fans that no doubt they'll cherish for a very long time. But these are moments to cherish, and I think for Hansi Flick, maybe we didn't expect that sort of impact in his first season from him. Maybe now's a good time to talk about Flick, and I'm sure he'll come up as we go on, but just as a good starting point, let's almost go back to when the board made that decision to bring Flick in. Not an easy decision to get rid of Xavi Hernandez, I don't think, for a lot of those board members who would have had strong ties with him, but Laporta, Deco, clearly feeling that Barca needed a breath of fresh air, and they go for a coach from like the outside, if you like. Doesn't speak Spanish, doesn't speak Catalan,
yeah.
And for that reason communicates with the press in English and whatnot. But on the pitch, the way he's dealt with these players, man management wise, the way he's trusted La Masia, and the style of play he's implemented, which all of us Barcelona fans love. You have to give him a massive round of applause. There's Eugenia.
Shout out.
Who's been on this couch quite a few times.
Yeah.
There she is, in and amongst it all. And she would have also spoken with Flick many a times this season. But Hansi Flick, massive hats off. No, I know he's the hero of all Barcelona fans right now. He's the name we're all talking about, right? But, he deserves his flowers.
Yeah, he does. As we're getting a shot of Koundé in the back there, by the way.
Let's have a look at this bucket hat then. Yeah, no,
I'm in, man. I'm in on the bucket hat.
And has he rolled up the sleeves as well there on the...
Yeah, no, it looks good. It looks good.
I don't mind the rolled up sleeves look, actually.
So let's talk about Hansi.
Yeah.
As you mentioned. When you say bringing somebody in from the outside, as somebody who himself came in from the outside,
yeah.
I feel like there's a time when that does become necessary, and Xavi did a lot of things really well, and I think he's not getting enough credit for setting this team up in the way that he has, because he was the one who put his trust in a lot of the young players to come on and make an impact. Balde, of course he gave Lamine his first run now. It's a lot easier to look back on Lamine's trajectory and say, yeah, this dude should have been playing when he was 14 in La Liga. But speak of the man.
Right on cue.
But for any organization in any sport, or not even sport, in life, you need people with an outsider's perspective to take what is already a good thing and make it even better. Because if it just stays in-house, there's a blind side that people don't see. And Hansi came in and was like, all right, I see what we're doing here. I know what the history of Barcelona is like. I know what this club is about. I'm going to take my personal touch and not try and change the whole system, but just tweak it to make it slightly more effective. And with talking about the attack and the amount of goals that they've scored, that's a pretty obvious change that we've seen them come through with this year.
Well, what about the clean slate? I feel like he gave a lot of players too. What I mean by that is, I know Araujo's injured at the start of the season. I know Christensen gets injured almost immediately. Yeah, Amistad, I think it was. Or in training after the first game in La Liga. But a player, Íñigo Martínez, who people who've been watching La Liga, I mean, I think he was always brilliant at Athletic Club, by the way. I'm sure you'd agree with me, Spence. But I feel like at Barca, he had the role of like a full centre-back. And it was sort of like instilled that he's not going to be a starter. I feel like Flick came in and said, I'm just looking at performance here. I don't really have any preconceptions about what order or not players are in. And I mean, he put faith in him from the absolute outset, and he absolutely, put his full faith in him. And I think that was a great example of that, maybe that breath of fresh air that you're talking about from Flick coming into play. Yeah.
And by the way, just want to point out, we're at about 76,000 on YouTube.
You know who's just messaged me? Robert has just messaged me. Has he messaged you too?
Yeah.
Robert, if you're watching on, a big wave to you, my friend. That's incredible. 76,000.
That's the number he gave me. 77,000.
I mean, this is incredible.
So let's see if we can maybe try to sneak up. I know we still got a ways to go. Maybe we can get to 100.
I know. That's what
you think so?
I think maybe. Yeah. Can we get to 100?
If you're watching us right now, just open up another screen, or maybe talk to a friend and say, "Hey, the parade's going on, and Rafinha's wearing a jester hat." So
you want to get involved? You don't want to miss it. Spence, there is something. We are wearing very special T-shirts today. I wondered whether maybe you could demonstrate to the camera.
Okay.
The T-shirt, the back of the T-shirt.
I would
with all
love
the names
to.
in it, just to show everyone the T-shirts that the players are wearing. If you want to,
I believe they call it a pasarela in Catalan. Do a little pasarela, no?
So we can just showcase maybe a little bit of what's on the T-shirt
Just
and
a little walk, a little turn.
There you go. Give that a good read.
So I can't see it right now, but I'll trust you to
I'll do it. Al nostra estil, al nostra llegat. Hope I'm pronouncing that well in Catalan. We have Football Club Barcelona, 28 league titles Barca now have, by the way, guys. 28. And, of course, 24, 25 champions. You've got the names of all the players in the first team squad this season. Daniel Rodrigo, who played the other day too. And Hansi Flick, of course, the coach. What a squad, by the way. What a squad. And these T-shirts that we're showing right here on the live are the very same T-shirts that those players are wearing on the bus, which makes it extra special. 28 league titles. 28. Not a bad return at all.
Al nostre estil, al nostre llegat. Llegat.
Okay.
But I'm not the Catalan instructor here. We're missing Robert.
We are. I know. We are indeed. There you have it then. Look at those crowds still there in mass numbers. Wow.
Yeah, I actually shout out to the bus driver today. I think he needs to be acknowledged for everything that he's about to drive through today.
Yeah, he's got an interesting trip, doesn't he, of going at 2 miles per hour.
Yeah, but
Go around the whole side.
it's a dangerous 2 miles per hour.
It is, yeah. You must be careful. Robert tells me we're up to 80,000.
That's it.
Tell
Keep 'em
everyone.
coming.
Tell everyone. Tell your friends, your family, your animals, your pets. Tell them all. Get them involved.
Yeah.
Because our numbers here are absolutely sensational for what's been a sensational season for Barcelona. Talking about domestically, Spence.
Yes.
That was Barca's 12th league title in the 21st century. Very, very impressive. It was their 18th league title in the last 35 years. From what I was hearing downstairs, that's the first time Barca have won the domestic treble in the same season. This is quite a historic season, all things considered, and it's good to see our impressive domestic record continue to shine. Not just you know, obviously Europe counts too, but I think to dominate that much in Spain, very impressive. La Liga shows the regularity over the season, and we all love to win it.
Yeah. By the way, I'm just looking at the chat.
Hit me.
Because the chat's going off today.
I can imagine the chat is going off, yeah.
I see JJJ77 saying Barca saved football. That's a bit extreme, but we'll take it. I've got a lot of different opinions here, including, here's one. Anguvi Zimo, we are going to come back stronger and win it all next season.
Ooh.
We've already won a lot this year.
We have.
I've got Summer Drummer who says, please stop talking. So maybe we just
stop doing our jobs.
Maybe we hold on. Let's lay out for a second.
Good moments, man.
We've got a ton of people who are watching this from all over the world. And I would also add, at this moment in the live chat, send in where you're watching us from, perhaps with a flag. Love from Ukraine, watching this live from New York. Love from Indiana.
All around the world, Spence, no? I'm guessing watching.
Love from Czech Republic. Now we're being told both to stop talking and to keep talking. This is good. I'm glad. The chat's hot today. Let's do it. Here come the flags. Albania, Karen, India, Jonathan, Los Angeles, Bleed Barca, India. Love from Indonesia, N version N. Joey Silfhout from the Netherlands. Felipe from Ecuador. This is great. We love it. Love from Serbia. Nepal, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few stop talking as well.
Listen, we're going to do a combination for everybody watching today.
I think especially when some of the nice chants start, I'm guessing the Barca anthem will ring round over various points today. We'll let it breathe. We'll let you guys enjoy the images, of course, whilst discussing a little bit of the season, of course, and how amazing it's been. Spence, the point I was making was how strong Barca have been domestically in the last few years. 12 La Liga titles in the 21st century, 18 league titles in the past 35 possible. Nice to be able to win yet again this season and keep that trend strong.
Yeah, and we talked about the switch from one generation to the next. So this new generation is here, and there's a lot that they can do with the young players that they have, and every season is going to bring with it new challenges. We talked a little bit about it last night after the victory, that a lot of times it can be described as a 2.5 team race in Spain and in La Liga, and you had one big change for Madrid, which was bringing in Kylian Mbappe, one of the best players in the world, and the big change for Barca was the managerial change. And he got this team to play together. Domestically, in La Liga, in the Copa, there's a pedigree that comes with being a Barca player. And there's a responsibility. I mean, you look at the fans and what it means to them. This is for them.
Absolutely. Right, quick reminder for you all of the route they're taking. This is the first images we're seeing here as the team is just leaving the area of the Spotify Camp Nou. Then they're going all the way down Travesera de les Corts, going down Calle Numancia, and then all the way across, straight across Carrer Berlin and Carrer de Paris. Then all the way down Carrer de Balmes, where they're going to go all the way past Plaza Catalunya, which we're expecting to be quite hectic, before another turn is taken towards Fontanella, Carrer Trafalgar, and then they're going to finish off at Arc de Triomphe. Right, I'm being told that a special someone, Marc Brau, is listening to the programme and that we can hear a bit from Marc Brau. Marc, can you maybe explain to us a bit of what's going on right now, what you're seeing on the bus? How are the scenes? How are the players? How are the emotions?
Hi guys, how are you? Of course, this is not television because you cannot watch me, but I can listen to you, and I promise you that I'm live. As you can notice, I'm very close to Ronald Araujo, who is right now talking with the megaphone with all the Barca fans who are really close to the Spotify Camp Nou, at the place that we were leaving just a few minutes ago, but it only happened 30 minutes by the bus, and we are only a few meters next to the Spotify Camp Nou. So guys, I cannot promise that we will end at 9 p.m. So don't make plans after the show. Well, of course, you're watching the images. It's absolutely incredible. It's like a river, plenty of people watching all the Barca players, and I cannot see, I'm not able to see any empty space on the street. It's like absolutely madness, and for sure, Pablo and all the guys who are here in the studio, I can promise you that it's more than 2 years ago. It's absolutely incredible how mad are the people with the fans, with the players, and I can see a very happy faces all around us. There's also interesting images. Oh, we have fireworks. Oh, we have fireworks. We have fireworks. Well, for sure, I have to say that I'm just under the bus, just to be safe. So, guys, if you want to ask me anything else, because this is absolutely impressive. Believe me, many times I cover the Party of the Champions, and what I'm seeing today is absolutely incredible. There's not any space in the street right now, guys.
Mark, I have a question for you. What do the players have available to them on top of the bus to use as celebration props?
Well, for the moment, I see some scarves, as I showed you at the beginning of the show, and they are waiting, of course, for the fans just to have some shirts. As you can maybe notice in the images, there are shirts flying, going direct to the top of the bus. But for the moment, I only see the scarves and also their flags. Their flags, the same flags that, for example, were in Montjuic last game against Real Madrid. Do you remember that? There were a lot of flags in the stands just towards the game, and these are the flags and the scarves, and I think that for the moment it's fine because it's very warm here on the top of the bus right now. But the noise that you are listening are the players. They are the players singing. I don't know who is singing right now with the megaphone, but for the moment it's the Barca anthem what I'm listening right now.
Mark, you spoke about how incredible the scenes are from the fans, and I could hear the players there chanting too, and how animated they are as well. The connection between the fans and the players this season, I mean, how special has that been? You've lived it firsthand too.
Yeah, I think that the most important of today's and this season what happened is the connection, as you said, between the fans and the players. And I think that it has relation with some things that we watched yesterday with Marc Casado in Canaletas, with all the Barca players singing songs in Ciutat Esportiva Joan Campers, because they are culés like us, guys. They are culés like us. They are watching the faces in front of them, and they are watching people like them. They're watching kids like them. They're watching maybe future Barca players right now in one of the places that we are passing with the bus. And the good thing I can say for now, guys, is that we have a squad plenty of culés, not only Barca players, plenty of culés. So, guys, what I can see for the moment, wow, it's incredible. I'm just turning out. Oh my God. It's like radio because you cannot see me, but I'm put the head out of the bus, and it's absolutely incredible. And there's only people and people and people. And I have to say that there are many young faces. There are many young faces, and this it could be one of the most important things of the season, guys. Just to mention one is that because the relation between the players and the fans are not with the most experienced ones, it's important to have the colleagues with us. I think that with the team that we have today, it's very, very important.
Mark, we'll come back to you later in about 10-15 minutes or so for more updates. Thank you very much there. First-hand experience and first-hand there reaction from Marc Blau of what looks absolutely incredible, I must say. Some absolutely crazy images. Right, what we are seeing now is plenty of celebrations from the players in the bus tour. Last night, there were plenty of celebrations too. We've got a few videos we want to show you here of how the players celebrated the win over Espanyol last night, and of course, you know, celebrations were slightly more muted on the pitch, but the Barca players were still able to get plenty of celebration in, as you'd expect after such an impressive triumph. But after such an impressive season, and I mean, look, these scenes we're seeing here are quite incredible. But honestly, I mean, what we saw last night too was great to see how happy the players were after getting their victory. I can see that Fermin, I can see Rafinha. I'm a big fan of Rafinha's hat there too.
Yeah, no, I like the hat. I think I'm amazed that these players have a football game to play on Sunday.
I wonder if we can get the celebration of the players in the dressing room maybe after the game. We can maybe get a look at that, because I want to see. I want to see if, because as I say, I know these. Is that? I want to see because how incredible these images are now. But I mean, last night too, there were some great scenes in the dressing room too, Spence. So I wonder if we can see this video quickly here of how all the players celebrated in the dressing room. We just take a look at it right now. There you have it, Spence. Players at full time after the win against Espanyol.
Just a bunch of kids enjoying being some of the best footballers in the world.
Yeah, lovely scenes, and we can hear there. Maybe we'll just leave that for a moment. Just the fans can enjoy Barca celebrating winning La Liga.
I know Mark said, Pablo, that this bus isn't going to arrive at Arc de Triomphe until a little bit later based on its speed. And I know that that means that we have to be here a little bit longer. I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
I'm all right with it.
These are memories you'll cherish for a lifetime, to be fair. And you know, even last night, all of us here celebrating it with, you know, the people you've worked with all season, and that's how the players and the staff would have felt last night, I think. So great scenes there to see the players celebrating inside the dressing room. And as we go back here to the images of the bus passing, there's the new Spotify Camp Nou, Spence.
We're working on it. It still needs, you know, just a little bit extra, but yeah, we're getting there.
It's getting there. I saw it lit up the other day. It looks quite nice. We're all very excited, of course, to return there next season. I mean, who isn't? It's going to be an incredible return, isn't it, really? Especially with this team who everyone enjoys watching so much. We're up to 83,000.
Yeah,
Are we going to get to 100, Spence?
Well, for everybody that's with us today, enjoy it. Thanks for coming. We're just happy to be able to bring this to you. And with the amount of people out there in Barcelona today, this celebration isn't going to slow down at all.
Absolutely, and rightly so. They should enjoy it for what's been a wonderful season for the team. I think in La Liga, and especially in 2025, the run this team went on, when you look back at that Atletico de Madrid game at the end of December, the turnaround they made. We haven't lost a league game in 2025. Remarkable. Only lost 2 games in 2025. The second leg to Dortmund, which was in the end irrelevant, and the second leg to Inter, of course, which was a devastating defeat. But, I mean, my goodness me, those stats are ridiculous. 47 out of a possible 51 points won in La Liga in 2025. I mean, my God, what a turnaround.
Yeah, and those games, this is a really good time, I think, to ask the chat in right now, what were some of your favorite games from this season? Like, you think about this season, we're talking about La Liga, right? What games come to mind as the ones you're going to remember 5, 10, 20 years from now, where you go, man, I really remember that. I
have a few.
Go on.
I think the 4-2 away to Atleti, for me, felt like the league-winning moment in a way. Do you know what I mean by that? I think when we were 2-0 down, it was like, okay, that's a bump in the road after what had been an amazing run before that. I'm intrigued to see what the chat think, but I think that for me was a big one, Spence. Obviously the 4-0 at the Bernabeu was special. The 4-3 at Montjuic against Real Madrid was also special. Celta 4-3 I like too, by the way. Important.
I asked for one.
You're going to get 8.
I mean, we have enough.
We don't have the chat to show today, unfortunately, but...
Lunde agrees with you.
Yeah.
4-3 Celta, first Barca game I watched live.
Ah.
Omar Yassin 4-0 Clásico, that was in the first half of the season.
Okay.
Atletico away seems to be a popular one.
I think Atletico away was, yeah, for me, one of the really special moments. You can see the bus is passing right
Oh,
outside the Spotify Camp Nou now. Look at it. Right by there.
Vita goes with the 7-0. I think, was that Valladolid?
Yeah, Valladolid, yeah.
I mean, sure.
Match week 4. And the workers are enjoying it. By the way, Koundé has not moved from the side of the trophies.
He's in his own world, man.
Focusing on the stadium now, but of course all the focus on these wonderful players, and the staff are on there too, of course, have played such a big part in this wonderful triumph for Barcelona, capped off with a 2-0 win away to Espanyol. By the way, if you want to watch back the full match of that triumph over Espanyol, you can right now on Barca 1. The full match is indeed uploaded in 3 languages for you, all Catalan, Spanish and English, should you want to tune in to the win again. And of course see Lamine Yamal's won the goal one more time. The bus making its way through. You can see, I mean, it's going at such a pace that you can actually walk with it if you wanted, really. But if anyone wanted to do a trip of Barcelona, they're throwing things down to the fans too here, the players.
You got to keep your got to keep your heads up if you're the players, because people want things signed, so they'll throw just about anything out there.
As mentioned, later on in the program, when they do get closer towards Arc de Triomphe, we are expecting to hear from some fans too, by the way. So that should be good fun too. I'm sure the fans, I mean, we know how delighted they've been with this season, so that should be good fun. They're going to be with our colleague Jordi Cochran, so that's going to be very enjoyable too. In the end, of course, we'll be connecting with Marc Bral too, no doubt, to speak to some players, and of course for him to give us some brief connections too, which is always enjoyable, as he's right in amongst all the action, as he has been all year.
Is that, who's got the flag? Is that Gavi there in the background?
With the green flag, is
No.
it? Oh, that one in the air. It's Gavi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the same flag that we have here. Look, it's the same one.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he just threw it.
Did he actually just, is it gone?
He just chucked it.
It's gone. Yeah, same flag. Yeah, it is indeed. Spence, give me some of your, what your favourite moment? I'm going to ask you for 2 things. Favourite moment on fan point of view from the games, and then favourite moment on Barca Live. Because they might be different. They could be the same.
Oof. That's really difficult.
Yeah.
The best, the most celebrated moment, I'm going to break my own rule, was the Benfica comeback.
Yeah.
Because it's not about the importance of the game, because that game didn't actually mean a whole lot.
Yeah.
They had already wrapped up the top 8, and yeah, it helped them get the the top spot, or the top 2. But it was just such
that was insane.
Microcosm of what the team has done all year. And the Rafinha goal at the end. I think if I'm looking back on one game this year, though, you tell me in La Liga, which game am I remembering?
Yeah.
It's either Atleti away
Yeah.
or the Clásico from a week ago.
Yeah, from a week ago, not the Bernabeu one, no.
That one was great, too, and I think now that we're getting nuanced, because if you ask me for one moment,
Okay.
I'm going to say Lamine hitting the ball with his right foot.
Right, okay.
Right? Like, the goal that I can't remember, actually. Was that the third goal?
Yeah, third.
Third.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, his goal at Mondrian wasn't bad either.
There's so many to choose from.
Yeah. I was going to say the Rafinha moment. I imagine that would be your favourite on Barca Live.
For Benfica?
Yeah. The 5-4.
Yeah.
Bedlam.
We had no business.
Crazy.
We had no business winning that game.
Yeah. It was insane. I mean, I thought of you guys. Frenkie de Jong is there too, of course.
Look at Hansi.
Even Hansi.
Oh, yeah, get the hair right. Oh, he's
I think
FaceTiming somebody.
He was FaceTiming someone, Hansi, yeah. I want to find out where Malik Blau is, because he said he was next to Araujo. Not sure if you can spot him. Fans, as expected, leaping onto all sorts of locations in order to enjoy this moment with the team.
Sid says, how many remontadas have we had this season? You have that number?
I noted that, yeah, we have 6 in La Liga. By remontadas, what I mean by that is when we were losing and went on to win the game. So
comebacks.
Not if it was draw. Not if it was like a draw, for example.
Yep.
Not if, I don't know, for example, we were pegged back to 2-2 and went on to win the game. No, I've gone if we were behind in the game and went on to win it. So 6 in La Liga in total, 9 in all competitions I have, which is very impressive. And so many of them recently as well, by the way, Spencer. There were some in the early match weeks in La Liga. I will listen to this quickly. Like, there was some early on in La Liga. I think Valencia match week 1 was technically a comeback. We went 1-0 down to a Hugo Duro header.
And the Dani Olmo.
Rayo with Olmo's goal. But most recently, I mean, Valladolid was a comeback. Real Madrid was a comeback. Celta was a comeback. There were an awful lot, I must say. Chance for you-know-who. Mr. Pedri, who's been hailed at every ground Barca have gone to this season. 200 games in a Barca shirt.
Now we have to pick him out of the crowd. He's in there somewhere. I think he was on the left-hand side.
I know, I was just thinking, individually I haven't been able to see all of the players yet. I've seen Rafinha, Lamine, there of course, and then Garcia, who haven't moved up there.
Inigo's got the Euskera flag.
Yes. I see Iñaki Peña now. I think I see Pedri next to Iñaki Peña, right at the bottom of the screen. There's Bernal, of course, too. But Pedri, I mean, we said it, player of the season candidate without a doubt. Gone to a whole nother level in his game this season. Been absolutely ridiculous in almost, week in, week out.
It's Kubarsi on the mic. Can you give the mic to Pedri?
Surely they all get a go.
He'd be like, guys, everybody, it's okay, let's be calm.
Yeah. He'd tell everyone to calm down, yeah, exactly. spent some words on Pedri's season, who, like I said, for me is up there with Barca's player of the season, and I think the way he's controlled games. You spoke about the maturity there, or you were hinting at it at least. I think that's been crucial to this young Barcelona team too. But for me, the levels he's displayed have gone quite almost beyond belief this season, really.
Yeah, and the way that this team makes you believe is pretty spectacular. I just never lost faith in this team in any of the games that they played.
Yeah.
And you can't say that about every team, every season. How many times did we go down 2-0? And the best example was the last example, last Sunday.
Yeah, against Madrid, yeah. I know.
Look at that. We can still get a high wide shot with the Spotify Camp Nou within reach.
I'm looking forward so much to it being back available, I must say.
Laporta said it yesterday that we, in theory, should be back next year while they continue some construction throughout the course of the season.
Going through the array of chants there, all of the Barcelona fans. Now we get a nice little...
Are we on a hot air balloon or a drone or what's going on here?
It has to be his drone, right?
But give me the shot of the city. I like it.
I know, I'm quite enjoying it too. I want to pan out even further.
A lot of times before games, we get the shots of Barcelona, but it's from the perspective of Montjuic or from the Spotify Camp Nou. But today, with the Rua, with the parade, it's a chance to actually get a look at the inner workings of Barcelona.
Yeah, the little streets.
If you've never been to this city, it's one of the most beautiful out there.
Chants there of Campeones, Campeones from the players there on the bus. Well, we do have a special someone who we can hear from briefly, who just a few moments ago caught up with Marc Brau. Without any further ado, let's hear from that special someone then.
Capità del Barça, Marc-André Ter Stegen. En català, en castellà o en anglès? Com ho vols fer?
Como tú quieras.
2 anys després, aquí tornem a estar. No sé si amb
2
més
years
gent,
later.
però encara és espectacular el que es veu des d'aquí.
Maybe even bigger than last time.
La gente, pues, con muchas ganas de vernos y
Yeah, there's some great weather, so many people who are looking forward to seeing us. It's nice to be able to celebrate it together.
També com està vivint l'equip, clar, tu ja portes 6 lligues, però clar, aquí hi ha molta gent que és la primera.
This is your 6th league, obviously, but for a lot of people, this is their first league.
Yo creo que nunca te cansas de ganar títulos y
Yeah, I think obviously you never get tired of winning titles.
Durante toda una carrera, pues ganar el máximo de títulos.
It's what you want over the course of your career, to win as many titles as possible.
No sé si és una de les temporades que veus més connexió amb la gent.
I don't know if maybe this is one of the seasons that you feel most connection with the fans.
Sí, es lo que hemos creado, ¿no? Durante todo
Yeah, I think this is what we've created during the whole year, with how we've played.
y la gente lo sabe. Y además,
The fans know
hay
this.
una conexión espectacular entre la ciudad y el club.
I think there's an amazing connection between the fans and the city. Must be looking forward to Sunday now, being able to lift the title as captain after how the season went. Yeah, we're all really looking forward to that, not just for me. It's really something really special. Above all for those who it's their first time. There's a lot of people here who are celebrating their first title or their third title this season. But look, we need to celebrate what we've achieved this year.
How about you right now? You were happy to play in my other league. You told me you are part of the league because you played the first games of the league. But what has to be the future? Which future has the team with you also?
The last question, sir.
Which future has the team? Which future has the team?
A bright future, hopefully. Also now starting with the day today, celebrating a league. I think we did a fantastic job during the last month. Of course, there are always ups and downs during a season, and I think we managed very well and didn't get nervous. Trusted also in the coach and in the philosophy he has. So for me, I'm feeling great. I'm good, and I hope to be on the field soon again.
Moltes gràcies, com sempre, Marc, per atendre'ns. A disfrutar de la celebració.
Marc-André Ter Stegen, com sempre, atenent-nos molt amablement. El capità que aixecarà la Lliga el proper diumenge a Montjuïc.
Marc Bral there speaking to Marc-André Ter Stegen. Nice to see Barca's captain back talking. I mean, we saw him on the pitch, of course, against Valladolid a few weeks ago, of course. And great to see him back there too, which was a nice image, no, Spence?
I'm glad to see him in good spirits. I remember the Villarreal game and how how heartbreaking it was.
Yeah.
To see him go down with an injury that took him out essentially for the rest of the year. But he even got back afterwards. You know, we got to see one more game. Maybe depending on how the final 2 games of the season goes.
I think we might see a bit more of Ter Stegen.
It could be.
I really do. I really do. And you can actually see more of Ter Stegen very soon on Barcelona because we've got a special documentary surrounding him and his return coming very soon. Marc Bral, let's go to you. I think you can hear us. How are the scenes now? Still loads of fans I can see on my screen. You were able to speak to Ter Stegen a few moments ago too. It looks like the players, the fans, still really enjoying all of this moment.
It looks like this way will never end, and anybody wants to end, because we are just at the beginning of all the party. Remember that we have to get to the center of Barcelona, and we are just less than 1 mile, for example, from the Spotify Camp Nou. We are just in the heart of the neighborhood of Las Corts, the neighborhood where is the stadium of FC Barcelona. And as you listened to Marc-André Ter Stegen just a few seconds ago talking with us, it's absolutely incredible what we are living. Maybe more than 2 years ago, and this is not because 2 years ago was not good. This is because I think that, as we talked before, people is more connected with the team than more years ago. So for the moment, I think that we have to stop more than ever, because there's too many people, and this is the reason, because as you can notice right now, we are with the bus stop, because we cannot go ahead because everybody's full of people. And what I can see, guys, is I see Barca players. I talk with one of them, not live, but I can talk with one of them. I talk with Pedri, I talk with Dani Olmo. All of them are absolutely happy. Pedri told me also that he's very happy with what is happening. But Dani Olmo, it's like, wow, it's the first time I've seen Barcelona, one of my cities, under me with all the Barca fans with the Barca shirt. So absolutely incredible. What I can say is that for the moment, there's something interesting. I don't know if you listen everything that happened with the megaphone, but we listen too many songs, and one of the songs were also yesterday in the Ciudad Esportiva. So I don't know if you know what songs I mean. Do you listen to this or not?
We've heard a few songs, me and Spence here, but I wonder which one. I mean, we've heard a lot of Pedri and Rafinha as well, but I wonder which one you're talking about.
Well, there's, for example, a song related against the team that we played yesterday. I don't want to read now. and also something that Samuel Eto'o 20 years ago told before, Madrid.
Yes.
Salud al campeón. So, well, of course, but this was not the players. What the people. So I have to say, and I have to admit that for me, the most difficult part of the way is when all the Barca players are jumping on the bus, because it looks like we are going to fall down, and I don't want to fall down from upstairs of the bus with all the people who are running under me. So guys, if you want, I can make the connection back, and I will try to talk with more players because we'll have at least 2 more hours just to talk. And for the moment, what I can say is that we have just covered less than 1/3 part. So stay calm, and as I said, don't make plans after the show because it will take long.
Mark, thank you very much. We'll come back to you shortly. And yeah, of course, when you have players, we'll hear from them too. Well, as Mark is saying, Spence, the streets are absolutely filled with Barca fans. And just a few moments ago, we were able to hear from one of those Barca fans, or a few of the fans who are speaking to Jordi Cochran, who is indeed speaking to a few Barca fans. Let's hear from them.
Hi Pablo, hi Spence, how are you? I'm here with a Barca fan who came from Brazil to see this celebration, to see this bus Champions Parade of Barca. And what do you think about Barca, who has won the league yesterday?
It's just wonderful. It has a great team. Lamine Yamal, of course, Dani Olmo, Lewandowski, and a great season this year. We would expect it. We won the Champions too, but it wasn't successful in it. But La Liga is a very good championship.
For your point of view, what was the best moment this season?
I think the victory over the Real Madrid was a pick of the year on it.
And the last question, you told me before, Lamine Yamal, the young players who are very important to this team. For you, what do you think about these new young players, or who is your best player of the team?
I think this is wonderful because Barcelona has a young team, and I think it will be for long years the best team in Europe. Because they all are very young and they are very, very good, and they play like they are old school. They play like it's something natural on them. Lamine Yamal seems to play 20 years, I don't know, maybe, but it's wonderful. I want to be here that Lamine Yamal wins the Ball of Oro.
As you see, Barca fans are very happy here to celebrate this new Champions League of Barca.
Jordi, thank you very much. Very good English too from Jordi Cochran. I'm impressed.
Hey, you don't know, man. He's our producer, he's our editor, and he just flies under the radar.
He's been watching the shows all year, and he's just picked up a lot of things. Lovely, and nice to hear from the fans too. From Brazil, though, right? That was great, too.
Well, I mean, this is a world club. You can go to. We did the where are you from? Where are you watching us from? Yeah. How many different countries did we get?
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah. I like what you said as well about how many amazing players we've got that we've been able to enjoy watching this season. I really do, and that does say a lot about how incredible the team's been. It's not just been one player; it's been so many players. From La Masia to young players have been involved in the squad. I think that's been one of my favourite parts of what Hansi Flick's done with this side is trust La Masia, and I'm talking players like Gerard Martin. Even at the start of the season, Spence, like Sergio Dominguez, Paul Victor, he played a lot. And he looked at further down the campaign. Hector Fortes played a lot of important minutes towards the end of the campaign. Marc Bernal at the start of the season. Marc Casado. The list is quite endless.
I remember a couple of years ago when we were going through this transitional phase, and I was doing a lot of Masia games. So I saw a lot of these players come through. Yeah. I saw Lamine playing at 13 years old with the 15-year-olds. I saw Cubarsí playing juvenil, and Casado rising through the ranks. And at least from my point of view, I didn't know if they could translate the skill set that they had at the youth level to the senior team. I mean, this quickly, never would have thought that. But, how does it translate? And when Casado came on and Marc Bernal came on in the first few games, the first 3-4 games of the year, all of a sudden you got the idea that the trust that Hans is putting into these players this could work.
Yeah.
And it did. And I think Gerard Martin, actually, you said his name, best example. Because Balde has our trust. We know what he's capable of on the wing. He gets hurt. Someone needs to step in. Who can fill those shoes? Slightly different style, but equally as effective. I think we all trusted Gerard Martin by the end of the season once we got to the Clásico.
I agree, Spence. I think for me that's one of the best examples of what Hansi Flick's done. He's trusted someone who I don't think any of us really thought would get many minutes this season.
No,
and
nobody had any idea.
Plunges him into so many big games. He got so many big starts, and he grew as a player. The confidence he had, 2-0 down at half-time to Inter Milan, comes out with those 2 assists, and I thought defended really well in for the remainder of the game too. Like, that's another thing I love about this team. I feel like Hansi Flick has got so much belief in them, and we've built belief too, but he's had that since day one in all of these players, and that really has shone true, I think, really for a lot of this season. And Gerard Martin is the prime example of that. As I'll be picking up a bit more speed there on the bus as the players.
I like the garbage that people just throw at them. Like, just
they got a ball up there.
Just a football. Here, just take it. You know, maybe sign it and throw it back.
Oh, of course, that's been thrown up from the fans, of course.
Yeah, goodbye.
Oh, it's going to get back down, yeah. Didn't see where that landed.
No, certainly not in the hands of the person who threw it.
No. Lamine has the mic.
I was going to say, let's let Lamine take the mic, huh? Give us something, young boy.
It's not what the fans are waiting for.
Give us something. Sounds like he's got the aux cord, too.
Yeah. Lamine took the mic and he said, we're turning this into what I want it to be. There you go, some of those more panoramic views of the city. As maybe we'll hear a bit more from Lamine Yamal in just a moment. His goal last night, Spence, maybe epitomises perfectly what he does in big games, in big moments. The genius of him. But what a ridiculous campaign. There's another ball on the bus. Pedri's always got his little canary on his flag with him too.
And his lollipop. We did this yesterday on Barca Live.
Yeah.
What has been Lamine's best goal this season? Because you've got a few to choose from.
You know, I was last night. You'll hear this, they're enjoying this. I was last night in commentary, Spence, almost suggesting when I called the goal that may well have been his best. On second thought, however.
On second thought,
I look at the Supercopa final goal, and wow, it's one of my favourites of the season. I think the run, the Inter Milan goal. Again, wow. The one off the post and in. And then the one at Montjuic against Real Madrid in his left foot. And then, of course, you've got the right foot against Madrid.
He killed him with both feet.
Yeah. But for me last night, I don't know if it's maybe the placement of it, the way it wraps in that top corner. It's such a perfect shot. For me, it would be up there. But if I had to give one, maybe I'd give the one at home to Inter.
The reason I say there's so many to choose from is because we're obviously talking from a Barca perspective, understandably so.
Yeah.
But if we go back as far as last summer into the Euros and we go to the semi-final of the Euros.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he just makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
He's 17.
And he was 16 when he scored that one, by the way.
True.
Yeah, that was a great one, yeah. I love that goal, yeah. Well, Spench, maybe to help us decide, should we take a look at the highlights from last night's game? The game that won Barça La Liga. All 3 points was enough for Hansi Flick's team on the night as they beat Espanyol by 2-0 away from where we can see the Lamine Yamal special again, which is the moment of the game, really. Lamine with a goal and an assist in this one. So when we're ready, Espanyol 0, Barça 2. Get the highlights on screen for you to take you through.
Hi, Robert.
No goal for Lewandowski. By the way, if he did score, would have been his 100th in a Barça shirt. Maybe that will come before the end of the season.
It will.
Anyway, let's see these highlights then between Espanyol and Barça. Started quite, I wouldn't say like nervily, but you know, it was a
Big save from Tech.
Yeah.
And not much to speak of in the first half.
Let me try the Szczesny.
Hey, we need it. We need Adrian here.
Yeah, Szczesny, you say.
I don't say.
Okay.
I've stopped saying. Because
I say Szczesny, yeah.
here we go.
This is the moment I wanted to show you.
Wow.
Wow. Ridiculous goal from Lamine Yamal.
I'm mad at Balde. I'm mad because Lamine was like, get out of the way. Everybody move. And Balde was like, I'm coming with you. I mean, they were all celebrating. I get
didn't know what it was. Lamine did the celebration in front of the fans, and Valde was there with him too. And this was a moment that maybe gave Barça a bit more respite before the game was up, as Lamine Yamal sort of a punch there in the stomach by Cabrera as Espanyol went down to 10. And this is the icing on the cake from Fermin, who had his goal ruled out against Real Madrid and made absolutely no mistake on that occasion. And there's the celebration from the bench, as you would expect, on a massive, massive moment for Barcelona. I'm happy for Fermin because he was playing false 9, by the way, by the end of proceedings last night.
So in La Liga, Lamine Yamal has 8 goals.
He does.
13 assists.
Yep.
That's 21 goal contributions.
All competitions, 17 goals, 22 assists.
And at 17 years old, there are 4 players this year who have logged over 2,600 minutes in La Liga. He's one of them.
Yep.
Can you give me the other 3?
17.
No, I'm just saying he's 17 years old.
Ah, that's other players
And
who've
then-
had as many minutes as
And then the other 3 players in La Liga who've got 2,600 minutes, which is the equivalent of
Koundé?
about 30 games. Yeah, Koundé is 1.
Koundé is 1.
I would advise you not to overthink it too much.
Courtois.
Who? No, I'm talking about Barca.
Barca players. Ah, this makes it easier. Sorry, I thought you were saying in La Liga in general, right? Barca players. Inigo Martinez.
No, Inigo's got 2,400.
Rafinha.
Rafinha, Koundé,
and
Lamine,
Pedri.
and Pedri.
Of course, yeah.
Pedri's the only player with over 2,700 minutes in La Liga.
So Pedri has played the most minutes, yeah, for Barca
Yes.
in La Liga this season. Yeah, I mean, that makes what Lamine does even more impressive too, right? The minutes on the legs.
That's what I mean.
For a player that young. I think there were a lot of games, Spencer, where we were thinking maybe wrap him in cotton wool, right, get him off early, but I think Flick always wanted to keep him out there just because of how good he was and how good he is. He's one of those players you always just want to keep watching. You don't want the party to stop with him. The party certainly isn't stopping here on the bus parade. Barca, La Liga, Copa and Supercopa champions.
Oh, it's Cat.
Oh. Cat is back.
think Lamine would start like rapping the Lamine Yamal rap right now. He's got the microphone in his hand.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
If you were up there with him right now, would you do the rap with him?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Do you think he's seen it?
We can only hope.
Lamine's on the mic. But we've got more connections, we've got more interviews on the bus. We've got Marc Bral, who's with a few Barca protagonists. Marc, just a few while ago, take it away.
D'aquí una estona tocarà Marc Bernal i Gerard Martín. La primera Lliga amb el Barça, com l'esteu vivint?
First league title with Barca, how do you feel? Incredible. It's a dream come true, honestly. This is incredible. To see this many people here is unbelievable.
A veure, expliqueu una miqueta què està suposant aquesta Lliga per vosaltres. Per tu, evidentment, Marc,
What does this mean?
ha sigut un any complicat, però
A bit for you.
que tens una Lliga.
Complicated league for you, right? Complicated season for you. Obviously, I wasn't able to participate much, but I'm really excited for this team, honestly, with how they've played.
L'any passat, tu creus o no?
No, clar que no.
What about you, Gerard? Could you believe this a year ago?
Una lliga
No,
amb
of
el
course
Barça
not.
no es pot escriure en paraules. I tot
But
el
look, to win a league with Barca, I mean, you can't believe
un
it.
d'aquests, no? Si no estiguéssiu aquí.
Sí, tal qual. Jo seria ja el primer animal aquí.
Yeah, I mean, if we went on the bus, we'd be down there
Sobretot a
supporting.
tanta gent jove.
It's great to see so many young people too.
que tenen de tots nosaltres i del que hem fet.
It's great to see, you know, how proud they are of everything we've done.
Sabes que veig que el Gerard està per
La veritat que em fa molta il·lusió que tanta gent que ens apoyi pel que fem i la veritat que
Honestly, it's really
Ja per
great
acabar,
for
Marc,
us to
què tal
see.
estàs? Vas bé, no? Va tot bé.
de moment tot molt bé.
How are you, Marc, to end? Yeah, I'm doing great.
Escolta, un desig del futur, de cara a l'objectiu, què esperem de la propera temporada? Aquesta està difícil, t'ha tocat a tu.
Superar-la, anar per més, anar per més.
After this first season, how do you go on then? After this
Després del
season,
partit
we
contra
just want to
Betis
do
a
it
la
even
Copa, el
better.
Gerard està a punt de marcar i em va dir és que he vist tan a prop que fa tants anys que no marco un gol que m'he posat nerviós. I vaig després i marca un gol a la Real Societat.
No, jo ja li vaig dir, només sortirà...
Marc, Gerard Martini said he was nervous to shoot, but then he scored against Real Sociedad.
M'alegrava molt per ell.
But no, I'm really happy for him, honestly.
No? Enhorabona, nois, gràcies.
Congratulations, both of you.
Gerard Martín i Marc Bernal, la primera Lliga amb el Barça.
Lovely to see those two there. So happy, like, so young. Such raw emotion there to be with the club of their life. We've seen Gerard Martin give it his absolute all. Wasn't to be for Marc Bernal this season in terms of how much he's played. He hasn't been able to play maybe as much as obviously not as much as he would have liked, but showed such promise at the start of the season. But really nice to see the smiles on their faces, how happy they were there with Marc to be celebrating this. Proper Barca fans who really feel what it means to play for this club.
I think Lamine is just happy to have the mic.
He's not let go of it, no?
No. There's a lot that we're going to take away from this season, Pablo, and it doesn't have to be all victories. And it it's been mostly victories, and obviously, there's one game in there that we'll also look back on with disdain this season. But I don't think that's a bad thing in the end. And I think that this team is so young. And when you're this young, you're 17, or you're in your early 20s, the way a lot of these players are, you have to learn how to win, and you have to learn from your losses.
Yeah.
And this happened a lot for this team, and that's only going to help them in the future moving forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Inter defeat stings. I think this team has something really special this season, and I genuinely believe they could have gone all the way in every competition. I do believe that. I know a lot of people said maybe it's a year too early up. I think this team, of course, they can do a lot of improving, and they're a young team, but they've got so much going for them this year. But the way Barca went out of the Champions League does give me a lot of hope for the future. I think they showed absolute honour in how they did it. They stuck to their system, to their philosophy, against a very good Inter side, by the way, who I'm sure will give PSG a lot of trouble in the final too. But I mean, just the way even they went out of the Champions League gives me a lot of encouragement for the future. And that Champions League campaign as a whole, I mean, Barca left it. I mean, scored 43 goals we scored in it.
Yeah.
We've been the big scorers and the big entertainers in Europe, and in the Champions League, that was no different.
Hansi just looks like a proud father on the bus today. There you go, Mark. Sign that shirt for the boy. Nicely done. Good ball.
Well, we have some updates of where the team are on their route, Spence.
Do we have like a ubicación? We have
I'm told we do. I'm told we do have a location of where the team are. So you can just see here on the map right now. So they've gone past. They've done all of that. They've gone past Camp Nou. They've done there as of now, going down Carrer Numancia.
All right, great time.
It's not bad on time, is it? No.
No, we're fine.
For all of the, I mean, there is quite a long way to go. No.
You really want this to end?
But I mean, at 9:30, 9:45.
I don't care. This is great. I'm just glad that we've animated this so well. Nicely done.
It was very
team.
well done.
Good job.
Very well done, team. I'm a big fan of that, and we will keep updating you as the program goes on with where the team are. As you can see, the Blaugrana confetti falling down there over the bus, and selfies being taken all round. I mean, Spence, I'm not sure what I expected. I'm not sure I expected there to be this many people at all points, if you know what I mean. Like all over. I thought maybe there'd be some points where there's loads, and then other points where there's far less. I mean, I know at the pace it's going at, you could technically walk and follow it if you like. But I mean, wow, it's just filled with people doing anything they can to get a good view of this tour, including jumping on top of traffic lights.
Yeah, we don't condone that behavior, but we will appreciate it.
And there's even the new generations watching.
That baby has no idea who Lamine Yamal is.
No.
It doesn't matter.
Lovely to see the smiles on the fans' faces, I must say.
That guy might not care who Lamine Yamal is.
Well, like you said, Spence, it's not been an easy few seasons for Barcelona. Like, last season especially was a bit of a tough one to take, when maybe the team thought that under Xavi they would go in an upward trajectory, if you like, and it sort of felt like the wheels fell off in a way. And of course the rival of Flick and the way the team have played, the way they've won this season. But I mean, those fans, compared to last season, have got so much to talk about. And a point I've seen loads of people make over social media, Spence, I don't know if you agree with it, is start of the season, everyone thought Real Madrid were going to win La Liga. Maybe people thought Real Madrid would be the team that win the domestic treble. Not being the case. Do you agree that Barcelona have defied odds this season? Is that the way you see it?
Yeah, they definitely came in as the underdogs in comparison to Real Madrid. But once the season got going, especially with the slow start that Madrid had and the fast start that Barca had, I remember we were making a lot of excuses. And by we, I mean just the Barca world in general were saying, well, Araujo's hurt. Gavi needs to come back from his ACL. Lewandowski's a year older. And the excuses were already being generated, and then the team started in August and September like a house on fire.
Yes.
And Madrid started slow. And then Madrid had, at one point, I think it was like a 7 or a 10-point lead. It was 10 in between the match day.
Yeah. It was, around Christmas time, I know, incredibly, And the Barca came up with an incredible 2025. Spence, we've got a little game for you to get tuned into here that you might want to enjoy.
A game?
I know you're a big fan of the hats, the caps.
Okay.
We want you to select what you think of being your 3 favorite. I'm not sure if I can see the hats.
Yeah, they're back by the refrigerator.
Let's go and get the hats then.
Okay.
Let's go and have a little. Look at the hats, and let's go and see.
Should I leave the La Liga trophy?
Oh, by the way, look at this. The La Liga trophy we've got here in the studio. Cures. Lovely, 28 times Barca have won this title. Not bad at all. I'll come and lift that up in a minute. Anyway, come with us over here. Well. Here they all are. Do you want me to bring them down one by one?
Are you saying I'm not tall enough to get them?
I don't know if I am either. Here we have it then. Here we have some of the hats. I might bring them down a bit here, actually. Let's do a few at a time, Spence. I'm quite a big fan of a few of these, actually, you know. We're going to put them line up here. Let's line them up here so that the fans can have a good look at some of the hats we've had available this campaign. Line them up. 2 more to go. And by the way, Cules, in the live chat, play along. Which hat's are your favourite? We've seen some good hats, by the way, on the bus today. I think Koundé's hat would trump all of these, maybe.
Koundé or Rafinha?
Yeah, or Rafinha.
Or Cubarsí.
Okay, either one of those.
Those three.
Spence, my friend.
What am I supposed to do?
I want a top 3.
A top 3.
I want a top 3 from you of hats. And then I'm going to give my opinion too.
All right. Number 3.
Ooh, order for me.
Yeah. Number 3. Are the streets of Barcelona not etched into?
Yes, they are.
Etched in
Is
here?
that not a bit small for you, the kids one?
Listen, man. You know, not all of us have as big of a head as you do. Right?
I've actually got quite a thin head.
I meant metaphorically. Okay, that's one. That's one. Maybe that'll fit you. There you go. Okay, that's number 3.
Okay, actually, I've got quite a big head. That doesn't fit me very well. Right, that's number 3.
Number 2. Because we're all children here.
Another kids one.
And Lamine Yamal. I'm not going based on the size of the hat. I'm going based on the design. This is like Lamine at its finest because it just feels juvenile. And he is, literally speaking, a juvenile.
You're loving the kids ones again.
Okay. But
right, 1, 3, 2.
My favorite hat for this season, we won La Liga at Montjuic. And Montjuic means history, throwback, retro.
Number 1.
Blaugrana al vent.
Go and get it on.
Un crit valent.
Yeah, favourite hat. Interesting. I'm a fan of this one. In fact, I've got one similar to this at home, actually. I've got this one at home. So I'm quite a big fan of that one. I quite like this one. I like this one with the little star on the back, you know, actually. And
it's a little...
And it's not kids as well. It's a little bit... Okay, it doesn't look great, actually.
A little meshy.
Yeah, it's a different sort of fit. It's not the best fit, actually.
I liked it.
Or that, or this white one. This white one I don't mind at all. Let's have a look. How does this one look?
You rock them all, man. You look good in all of them.
Don't mind that one at all, to be fair. Okay, well, we've got the hats. We've got the hats. Maybe we can come back to them. Should we take a hat each with us, maybe?
Should I?
Go on. So you want to take this one, Spence, right?
Yeah, I'm taking the
Go on, take that one.
I'm going old school.
I'm going to take... Ooh.
Actually, you know what? No, here, take it back. Take it back. I got a better idea. Because we've mentioned a lot of players today,
Yeah.
but there's one that deserves our love more than ever right now, especially based on what he went through.
Yes.
Right? Shout out for
The Shark, Ferran.
Yeah.
The
We love
Shark,
you, buddy.
Ferran, but we have got
Get well soon.
We got the La Liga title for him, though. We got the La Liga title, so we can be happy with that, Goules. Right, I'm gonna put my hat on. We're both gonna wear hats now for a while now, Spence.
That's fine. I got nowhere better to be, nothing better to do.
Well, I'll tell you what we can do now. We've got something very special coming up because we've got more reactions from Mr. Marc Brau. Marc, on the bus with another Barça player. Let's go.
Al costat de Ferminator. No sé si t'agrada que et digui així.
Sí, sí, m'agrada.
I don't know if you know that name.
Tot el que estàs vivint avui. A veure, deixem passar una... Bueno, capitana, que dejemos pasar. Com definiries el que estàs vivint avui, Fermín?
No, és un somni per
Yeah, it's a dream come true for me, this.
Moltes vegades a la Masia i estar aquí és increïble i ho estem disfrutant molt.
You know, all the players from La Masia had to be here. We're enjoying it a
Quan
lot.
estaves a Linares, pensaves que tindries tot això aquí al
When you were
teu
at
davant?
Linares, did you imagine
La verdad
this?
que era impossible imaginar-ho, però...
Honestly, it was impossible to imagine this, but
Estic aquí, la vida és així.
look, I'm here. That's the way life goes. I'm very happy to be here at Barça all my life and win titles.
Sort que vas marcar ahir, no? Perquè així ens traiem una miqueta el del diumenge anterior. Va ser una
Thankfully, you were able to
justícia que
score
marquessis ahir.
yesterday after what happened on Sunday against Madrid. Yeah, justice a little bit. I'm happy to be able to help the team towards a victory. Feels like one of the most important things this season is a connection with the team.
La veritat que tots som culers i la gent això ho veu.
Yeah, we're all culés, and the fans can see that.
Tota la temporada.
The fans have been with us all season.
És veritat que la temporada vas començar amb alguna lesió, però en general, Fermín, campió d'Europa.
True, you started the season with an injury, but
Liga, Copa i Supercopa.
you won the Euros, the Olympics,
No està mal.
Super Cup, Copa del Rey, La Liga.
Ambició sempre i ha permès ja guanyar títols amb el Barça, sobretot.
Yeah, I'm just so happy to win titles with Barça above all. One message to the Barça
Moltes
fans.
gràcies per el suport de tot l'any.
Thank you for all the support this year, and you deserve it.
Terminator, al nostre costat, la pilota per aquí. És una absoluta bogeria que estem vivint aquí i encara no estem ni a la meitat del recorregut.
Marc Brau there, at the end of his interview, just nearly got taken out by a ball that just came flying in from the fans. But great to hear from Fermín too, who did also score, of course, last night. I think we're going to be able to get his goal up on screen too for you again shortly. A little bit of justice after what happened against Real Madrid, I feel, where he got one ruled out. And again in the 95th minute, where he sort of pops up in those moments, Fermín. This time he was able to get the job done and get the ball in the back of the net. Fermín, though, different sort of role this season. Spence, I think, he was Barca's second top scorer last season, by the way, in a difficult season for the club.
Yeah.
But Marc is right. He had the injury, he had the Olympics. He came back a bit late, a bit staggered. But I think, again, what a good campaign for Fermín to build on last one.
I remember last year when Barca were going through their phase where they were struggling to score.
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking, we need guys out there who just shoot the ball. Just let her rip, baby. And he's the player when given the opportunity with the ball at his feet just outside of the box, as we saw yesterday. He's not afraid to shoot. And there's also a difference between being not afraid to shoot and also having the capacity to do so. And he knows how to hit the target, man. He knows how to get a good connection on the ball and at least make the keeper work. And the midfield for me, whether he starts or he comes off the bench, the way he's done a lot this year is a similar super sub to what Ferran was early in the season. He's indispensable.
Yeah. Spencer, I'm not sure what you think about this. They're telling me in my ear that this is a joke of the programme, and it might not be. They're telling me to call you Elf Spence with your hat on.
Well, I don't know where Elfton John is. we had Elfton John.
That's what I'm being told too, yeah.
That was around Christmas time. we miss him. Yesterday...
We're a bit lonely today,
Yesterday we had Joan Aldinho.
Is that his new name now, yeah?
It was when our stage manager, Joan, had the Ronaldinho
He's in the gym.
face.
today. That's why he can't come.
Where is Ronaldinho?
He's in the gym.
He's in the gym.
That's why he can't come.
Okay. Oh no, he's in Georgia. Ronaldinho's in Georgia. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, of course.
The country, not the state.
He's in, okay. Yeah, Ronaldinho is there, but Ronaldinho's in the gym.
Ronaldinho's in the gym.
Okay. Yeah, and Ronaldinho's on the pitch in Georgia. Yeah.
Correct.
That is correct indeed.
Barca legends.
There we
Also
go.
available on Barca 1.
Barca fans, they're waving their flags as I believe the team have taken another turn now onto Carrer, Berlin, and towards Paris now. As you can see, Paul Victor, Robert Lewandowski, not seen him much of late in the last few weeks, of course, after the injury he picked up against Delta.
He looks like he's ready to go home.
But, I mean, 40 goals this season he scored, by the way, Lewandowski. This is the goal we were talking about that Fermin Lopez scored last night. Takes a little deflection, doesn't it, before finding the back of the net, but a lovely strike. And I think that's what you were talking about, Spence, in terms of just shooting. I mean, he is very much that sort of play, instinctive. And boy, has this guy got goals in his locker.
But that's a perfect example because he didn't want it on his left foot, even though that's the foot that he'd prefer. He had it in a position to shoot, and he didn't strike it. It wasn't his best strike ever. In fact, it took a deflection.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you shoot from distance. Things change.
Yeah.
In fact, you could make the argument that the most important goal of the season, or one of them, there's been many, was Lamine Yamal's third goal against Atletico de Madrid, which took a massive deflection and uprooted Jan Oblak.
Yeah.
And that was all she wrote.
Absolutely, yeah. We just saw Fermin on our screens there a moment ago who we were talking about. You're absolutely right, Spence. And I think champions do get moments of luck like that too, right, in the season. I mean, it's not always going to go your way and be everything goes swimmingly. You're going to need moments where you're going to need a bit of help and luck maybe. And that was one of Barca's moments where Lady Luck shined down on them, I suppose. That incredible Lamine Yamal moment that for me was one of the moments of the season, by the way, when Lamine struck that winning against Atleti and got us on the way towards our La Liga title, which we've got next to us here, the trophy. So, yeah, another one of those amazing moments. And you're right, deflections, it can happen. It can happen.
That's exactly it.
Look at the state of us with our hats on. Take them right off.
Ayo.
I feel like it's a shame Ferran can't be with them today, isn't it? You know, because he maybe would have had that hat on.
We would have thrown it to him.
Yeah, exactly. Would have been very fitting, you know. But as you said, Spencer, unfortunately, he can't be with the team this afternoon. Of course, after being operated on for appendicitis. But of course, the rest of the players are there indeed. Lovely evening for it in Barcelona. All the staff who have been all year working hard for this occasion, for these sorts of moments, can now enjoy themselves just a little bit. There's the bus, as you can see there too, with some of the graphics on it too. Oh my goodness me. What on earth have I got here?
Are you joining the party?
Here we go. This is going to be the first time I put one of these on, by the way.
Don't be shy.
It's quite a big moment here.
Don't be ashamed.
On Barca Live. Here we go. I'm going under.
You know how...
Buenas tardes.
You know how, like, the people who sit in the tribuna are the tribuneros?
Tribuneros. I'm a tribunero.
Well, no, today we're tiburoneros.
Tiburoneros.
But Hey!
Right on cue. This is in honour of Ferran Torres, who scored 19 goals in all competitions this season, 7 assists, a brilliant return, stepped in for Lewandowski brilliantly, I thought, when he needed to, and was here on Barca 1, speaking to our colleague Lorenzo Sares too, and they both put on these hats, by the way, too, and got a nice little photo together. And you can watch that interview on Barca 1, by the way, if you like the one-to-one between Llorente and Ferran. And I feel like what he's done for this team this season too has been absolutely immense. I really do. Coming in at a difficult moment when, I mean, have a look in the last few weeks when Lewandowski was injured, and I think when Ferran stepped in, Barca haven't really noticed Lewandowski's absence, if you like, and that speaks volumes of what Ferran does. And he's different to Lewandowski as well. I think Barca play very differently when he's in the pitch than when Lewandowski is, and even last night I thought was an example of that with Levy back in the starting 11.
sign?
The sign. I
What
think.
did it say?
I'll
Te cambio mi niño? Is that what it said?
Oh, is that what it said?
That was wishful thinking. Te cambio mi niño por tu camiseta. But maybe it said something else.
I thought it said I'll swap my shirt for yours.
Mi otro. It might have said otro. I was just kind of hoping it said niño, like I'll trade you my kid for your shirt.
It may well have. It may well have, to be fair. That is indeed quite possible.
Oh, Hansi! Just ripped the confetti. Tiny trash.
Unbelievable scenes in the streets of Barcelona. Really amazing images. I mean, we heard what Mark Brown was saying about just how good the turnout is. Who's that? Who's got the armband on? That's Rafinha, isn't it?
Where am I looking?
Just behind Casanova. Do you see on his right arm? He's got the
Oh, yeah.
armband on.
Yeah, it's the hat. That's Rafinha.
Song's starting to burst out, by the way. And you can see the fans there. Well, Spence, I think now maybe would be a good time to get some more reaction. We did, of course, hear from the players and Hansi Flick after last night's victory over Espanyol. Let's go and hear what those players and Hansi Flick said after the game.
I think the team we have here in Barcelona is benchmark for every club, because they're doing a fantastic job. Everyone is doing his job, and he's very important for our goals, and no one thinks he's more than the others, and this is very good. It's like a family, and I love this situation. I love this how they celebrate, and of course tomorrow I will be enjoy. I will watch what happens, and really like to enjoy it. And when I see all the people on the street and celebrate with a smile, big smile, this is fantastic.
Very good, very happy, of course. This is what we are doing it for the whole year. I think we deserve it, so we're gonna enjoy it, and we are very happy. No, it's very satisfying to win the title, to be playing a lot after such a hard injury, which was a difficult time. But I'm very happy now that I'm playing, that we're winning, and hopefully we can go on like this for many years to come.
Yeah, it's been massive. Of course, we had the Champions League closer, but today I don't think it's the day to talk about it. We are really happy. We've made a fantastic season, and we got to enjoy it now.
Jo crec que no moltes vegades han fet un doblet. Jo crec que és algo molt important per al club. Feia temps que no ens sentíem guanyadors. Crec que la mentalitat del club i de l'equip ha canviat molt i molt contents.
Creo que es un año espectacular. Creo que la Champions, bueno, son por detalles, y el próximo año lo volveremos a intentar, y estoy seguro que estaremos ahí. Y bueno, contento por sobre todo el juego que ha dado el equipo. Creo que la afición y todos los aficionados al fútbol han disfrutado con cómo jugábamos, y bueno, eso es lo importante.
Dependía de nosotros. Lo que va a hacer el otro equipo ya no es algo que controlamos, y sí lo que hacemos nosotros en el campo. Y creo que en 2025 está siendo un año muy, muy lindo, y espero que continúe.
Great to hear there some of the reactions of the players after the 3 points over Espanyol last night meant that Barcelona were crowned League champions. Expensive, or maybe approaching one of the busiest spots we've gone through so far.
We're not close to Plaza Catalunya yet, but
we're not.
But we're going to be getting there soon. And look at the depth of people.
We still need to make the turn down Carrer Balmes, because as of now we're still along Carrer Berlin and Carrer Paris.
I do feel bad, actually, for anybody who decided that today was the day they were going to leave their car on the street.
Yeah, I know. You do have to feel for some of the...
I mean, I'm sure the tow trucks were having a day.
I mean, also for those few who aren't interested in football as well, who just come back from uni or work.
I mean, if you're not interested in football and you wake up to this, you're going to be interested in football by the end of it.
You better understand.
What's going on here?
So many smiles, so many happy faces. This is maybe the largest crowd of Barcelona fans we've seen since the start of the bus parade for the champions, which came. So obviously the bus driver, some shift from him too. But I was just saying, maybe some of the biggest crowds we've seen since the bus took off at the Spotify Camp Nou.
Yeah, well done. This is a great shift from the bus driver. You said it.
I'm expecting those Spencers, we say later. No, it does make sense why, because we are just, I suppose, passing or at least around the second entertainment point. So that would indeed make sense as to why there's so many fans there supporting their team. The third one, as we say, will come just a little bit past Plaza Catalunya later on in the evening.
It's Chesney. In the middle, he looks like a grandma with his hat. There he is. Oh, there he goes. Enjoy yourself, Tech.
Past one of their second entertainment points of this Champions bus parade. We're going to leave you with these images for just a few moments. We'll be back in 10-15 minutes time with more protagonists on the bus. We're also hoping to hear from more fans as the evening goes on, as a look at the scenes there from those Barcelona fans. But we'll let these images breathe just a little bit and allow you all to enjoy the scenes on Barca's Champions parade. everybody. Welcome back. You've, of course, been left with some great scenes of the Champions Parade for 2025 as Barça have won La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Supercopa.
Yeah, we did.
Just showing you on screen now where we are with the route.
No, we're not. This is where we were last time.
I thought this is where we were last time. I believe we're a little bit further along.
We have to be.
With the route now. I believe we've gone past the second entertainment point. I'm not sure if the map on the screen is...
Hey! This is like waiting for your Uber to arrive.
There we are. Yeah, we're probably about halfway through. We're probably about halfway through there along Carrer Berlin and Carrer Paris before we take it down Carrer Balmes. Right, Spence, my friend, we've had a little bit of a break ourselves, but of course the fans have still been able to see some great images here. What I am going to show you here is Casado. Just a few moments ago, we know he's such a big culé, and here are some images of him chanting on the bus that we got. If we can get those on screen right now, I'm sure all of you fans will want to take a look at this. There he is. Marc Casado, culé through and through, Spence.
Please take the lollipop out of your mouth while you're singing, Mark. Please, we need you.
Someone who really, really does feel what it means to play for this football club. And today wasn't the only day he was celebrating. Last night, too, we saw some incredible images of him celebrating, too, at Canadetas. There you go. Drink this in.
I don't know why, but I feel like I really trust the dudes who are standing next to him acting as security.
It's an interesting addition to the video, isn't it? Yeah. The two guys there who are sort of...
Like, because then one guy comes up in front, right there, the Gavi shirt, and they're like, no, you keep, not you.
I think that's one of my favourite parts of the video. I'm going to be honest, it's quite an interesting dynamic, but this guy, we saw him a few moments ago on the bus, and we see him there again last night. I mean, like I said to you, Spence, like, culé through and through, and not just how much he cares about this club. I think this season he's been brilliant too for Barcelona. I know he got the injury against Atleti, of course, which has meant he's missed this latter part of the season, but I mean, what a breakthrough season for him under Hansi Flick. Superb in midfield and added great balance from there, I thought, with Pedri too. De Jong provided great competition, and I thought had an excellent season himself. Maybe we can touch on him in a moment, but Marc Casado, brilliant, superb, and I think he's got a good future at Barca too.
Yeah, when we were talking earlier in this program about guys who have come up through La Masia, for me, he was the one from the beginning that when Hansi was talking about giving all of these other Masia guys opportunities, Casado, Bernal, Gerard Martin, Hector Ford, Fermin, the list goes on. But for me, Cubarsí, of course, Casado was the one who I had the least amount of doubts.
Yeah.
Because I saw him do exactly what he's doing this season. And yeah, it's a shame that he's gotten hurt, but playing in that, you can call it sort of modified dual 6 position as sort of a defensive midfielder, but with the ability to turn and use a couple of the midfielders to help him either progress the ball up the pitch or, more importantly, keep possession. And that's what he's done so well this year. I'm really looking forward to watching him grow because he's still so young.
No, absolutely. I mean, he's another important cog in this team, and I'm sure he'll be a vital part of Hansi Flick's team next season. As, of course, Marc Bernal will, who we're hoping to see back on the pitch, of course, in pre-season, and that's a great addition to Hansi Flick's midfield that we haven't even thought or spoken about yet, quite incredibly. Very shortly, we're going to be showing you some more protagonists next to Marc Brau, as we just spoke a little bit about how good Barca's midfield has been this season, with how many different options they've got. Without any further ado, we can hear from more Barca players and protagonists speaking to our colleague Marc Brau on the bus.
Al costat un dels capitans, Ronald Araujo. Campeones de Liga otra vez.
Campeones de Liga, muy contento, muy contento. La verdad que
League champions again. We're very happy.
mucho esta temporada. El equipo hizo una
We worked a lot
increíble,
this season.
sacrificio.
We sacrificed a lot this season. The team did an incredible job. They deserve it.
La verdad que
The fans deserve it.
por nosotros y hoy somos campeones de Liga.
No one really believed in us at the start of the season, but now we're champions.
Esto es una locura. Yo creo que hay más gente y todo.
2 years ago, you won your first league, but I think there's even more people here today.
Y tiene con qué, porque hay mucha materia prima, ¿no? Y contento por ello.
You know, the fans believe in this team.
Estuvieron ahí en los momentos duros y se merecen.
They've been with us in the hard moments, the tough moments, and now they're here in the good moments too.
Que es lo que se merecen, pero ya
Now we're going to go for that
hay que confiar
Champions League, which is what they deserve.
Seguro que sí. Además, un año que no ha sido fácil. 2 años jugando en Montjuic. Supongo que hay ganas de
It's not been
volver
an
al
easy
campo,
year
pero la
too, of
gente
course,
siempre
playing in
está
Montjuic, but the team was, the fans were always next to the team. Yeah, unbelievable, really.
Siempre ha estado ahí, y se lo merecen.
Barca fans have always been there for us. They deserve it.
Ahí nos hacemos muy fuerte y bueno, ojalá que
Now we're going to go back to the Camp Nou. We're very strong there.
Contento, 3 títulos.
But we're very happy. We won 3 titles.
Por nosotros al inicio de temporada y somos campeones.
Y por muchos años, Ronald, la última, es lo que te iba a decir, el futuro de este equipo. ¿Cuál es el secreto para este equipo campeón?
Mucho trabajo, se trabajó mucho.
A lot of work has gone into
El
this
club ha cambiado cosas importantes.
this season. The club has changed important things. We've got very good staff.
Preparación física muy buena.
Got really good physical preparation, physical trainers too. La Masia too, unbelievable.
Felicidades al club.
You have to congratulate the club.
A disfrutar, a celebrarlo.
Congratulations, Ronald. Very passionate words there of Ronald Araujo, who absolutely loving that moment there with Marc Brau. And he seems over the world. Not been an easy season for him either, but yeah.
A guy who has given so much to this club and done it as humbly as you can ask any person to do it, had one bad moment, or you know, a moment that I'm sure he would say it's a learning experience and I'd like to have it back. But listen, that's football, and it doesn't undo all of the great things that he's done for this club when they've gone through their toughest times, because it was not too long ago when Barca were 9th in La Liga. Ronald Koeman came out, left, Xavi came in, and then a couple months later they were playing in a Clásico at the Bernabeu where Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scored 4 goals, or scored the 4th goal. Ronald Araujo scored the 2nd one. And he wasn't expected to play in that game. It's a big moment. He's done a lot of good for this club.
Yeah, absolutely, Spence. Look at.
I will say, Cat hasn't really done much for this club yet. Just saying.
Cat's a bit out of it there.
Just existing.
Nice to see Cat with the team once more, though. Very shortly, we're going to have more reactions from more players, Spencer, some more fans we've got coming in soon. So, no doubt those watching on in the live chat here and those watching on from all around the world, of which there are many thousands of you, will be reveling in the scenes we're seeing and reveling in what's been a wonderful season for Barca. Revolutionary season in which they've scored more goals than anyone in Europe. They've been the big entertainers, and they'll leave it with 3 titles too, which maybe no one could have believed at the start of the campaign. Íñigo Martínez celebrating there. Spence, I mean, I mentioned him briefly earlier. Wow. Speaking about revelations this season, he's up there for me in terms of someone who has been ever present in this team and has played at an incredibly high level. And I think a point I want to make about Hansi Flick too, I'm not sure if I made this earlier when I was speaking about him, was I feel that Hansi Flick has improved almost every single player in this squad, or that every single player has gone up at least a few levels under Hansi Flick, and that's one of the things I would say huge congrats to him. I mean, even players like Gerard Martin, who are maybe the obvious cases, or Casado, but even players like Íñigo Martínez, Ferran Torres, Rafinha, of course, is a massive case. I think even Pedri, of course, has gone up too. Despite the fact we knew Pedri was an incredibly talented player anyway, but the development of these players, the improvement of them under Flick, I think is a big talking point for me.
Is Mark going to talk?
I know. Is he going to sing?
Is he going to sing Bon Jovi?
Look at that. Special guidance.
When in times of need. Hi, Lamine. Hello. What are they pointing at? What are we all seeing up there?
Salute from Fermin to the fans. Of course, Koulibaly's got the Seniera around his neck. Oh, look at that hat from
Hey!
Szczesny.
Nicely done, Gerard.
Look at that hat that Szczesny's got on, Sven.
Yeah, no, it's a winner.
That's a great one. Oh, they've got this. Hey, the confetti's off the lens. Look who it is. One of Barca's heroes this season, Rafinha. A quite sumptuous campaign. I make it 34 goals. He's got in all competitions, spent 23 assists. No one has more goal involvement in a Barca shirt this season than him. And look at that. He's not even the official captain, Rafinha, of course, but he's still wearing the armband. He's felt very much like the captain on the pitch for Barcelona, of course, with ter Stegen's injury, and his performances too have been absolutely immense. Well, I think now would be a good time to go and hear from some more Barca fans. Our colleague Jordi Cochran has indeed been catching up with some of them outside, of course, all of these incredible scenes at the bus parade. Let's hear from some more Barca fans. Here we go.
Càntics aquí a de triomf de la gent que comença a fer xup-xup en aquesta rua que es va aproximant i que, sobretot, aquest equip que transmet aquesta il·lusió de celebrar i d'haver vist com ha guanyat la Lliga en el dia d'ahir i venir a celebrar.
And here the fans are to celebrate with them.
Encara que jo tinc que dir que soc dels tribuneros,
I'm one of those fans who maybe is a bit negative. And even yesterday, I didn't believe as much, but and if we didn't win yesterday, it would have been terrible. We got 2 hard games to go as well, so honestly, I'm really happy. Even though I've seen a lot of league wins now. Feels like this team, no matter the situation, they came back and win. Yeah, you're completely right, but all of us have seen a lot of us have seen a lot at our time in this club.
Al final, la segona part, si no arriba a ser por el golarro del Lamine, pues no, ya estaba
But honestly, yesterday in the second half, if it wasn't for that incredible goal from Lamine, it would have been a tough game.
Los que tenim una edat ja, vull dir, sabem de què parlem, vull dir, no seria la primera vegada, però bueno, molt content.
It wouldn't have been the first time things have gone wrong, but honestly, I'm really happy. And I think we've got a team for the future.
Perdó, però un equip de futur, sí, perdó.
Un equip de futur amb Hansi Flick com a entrenador. Arribada del tècnic alemany.
A team for the future with Hansi Flick as the manager.
Sempre, sempre. Ningú ho tenien clar. El Presi es veu que sí, però els demés, ningú.
Yeah, no one was sure of that. The president was, but none of us were.
Germano, bueno, de la Germània, vull dir. Sempre ens ha donat bon resultat.
People from Germany have always given us good results.
No va ser fàcil. Sobretot perquè la majoria, jo entre ells, ni apostava ni per el Ferran ni per el Rafinha. Tots deien a veure quan ens traiem de sobre aquests dos. I mira com acaba la temporada.
Not a lot of people would have believed in a lot of the players.
Que tenien dubtes, coño, que no controla bé la pilota, que no xuta, que falla més que fica, etcètera. I això té molt mèrit.
You know, but honestly, the team delivered this season. We didn't all believe in them, but they've proven us all wrong.
Altres èpoques, millor del Cruyff i sobretot de Luis Enrique, no tant de Guardiola, de Luis Enrique.
I think honestly this team compared with a lot of Barca teams in the past have been brilliant as well. They score goals really quickly. There we go, some celebration from Arc de Triomphe here with the culés happy with the league title win. Just saw a little Travis Scott there, jersey, by the way, in amongst the crowd. Well, that fan, he had plenty to say, didn't he, about sort of his past experiences.
That guy was a tiburonero, eh?
He was really going for it.
He was,
he was sort of laying one of his doubts of the team on the line there and sort of saying, fair play, they proved me wrong.
I might recommend, therapy for someone like that. Just, go get some help, because this is definitely a day to be happy, and if you can't find joy in a day like today, I don't know, man.
He was really going through it. He was going on about how he was still suffering even in the first half of yesterday's game. And, I mean, not every game has been easy for Barca. We said it earlier. Spent 6 comebacks in La Liga, 9 in all competitions. I mean, Barca have had to come from behind on numerous occasions to get all 3 points or to get the win in a lot of games this campaign. It's not all been plain sailing, but, I mean, they've done it with flying colours, I must say. I mean, they've really have been such a joy to watch in the way they've done it too, which I must say has been one of the most impressive points for this young team. Still over 50,000 people watching us here on YouTube. Love from Bangladesh, from Cuba, from Nigeria, India, Egypt. Unbelievable. A lot of Bangladesh.
A lot of love from all over the world. It all comes back here to the Catalan capital.
Sean says, what a fantastic team. Yeah, they've been superb this season. They really have. People from Texas. Kusanagi Kyo says Canada here. Amaris Morales says Florida. Carl Hatt says love from Ukraine. Daniel Turi, love from Pakistan. Incredible, by the way, when you start to read out the countries and then they just start flying in. There's unbelievable amounts of support all around the world for this Barca team. Most of the images we're seeing, quite an incredible turnout.
Rafinha has become the court jester.
I'm a huge fan of that hat, by the way.
It's a great shot. Yeah.
Hey.
I think everybody's starting to get a little tired on the bus, too.
Yeah.
Rafinha's like, I need to sit down. Pedri in the back looks a little tired.
De Jong's got himself a good seat there. And Fermin. And you can see the sort of the sun starting to go down here over the city. That's a nice shot there, though, isn't it, of Rafinha leading at the top of the bus.
You talk about Rafinha.
Yeah.
You know, he's been unlocked this season, I think is the best way to put it, because this is his 3rd year with the club. And it's not always all about statistics, but if we're just talking about La Liga, right? 7 goals the first season, 6 goals last year. Roughly the same number of assists, 7, 9, 9 this year. But 18 goals this year.
Just in the league.
Just in La Liga. And I remember having a conversation with a couple of my buddies who are, football fans, but they tend to drift more towards the Premier League and maybe the Champions League occasionally. But when we started talking about potential Ballon d'Or candidates, right? And I'm just going to throw the word potential in there.
Hit me.
And Rafinha's name came up, as it should. When we went through the stats at first, it's like, well, I don't know. And then I went, no, but that's just La Liga.
Yeah.
We're not counting the Champions League in terms of what he's done. And when you look at what he's done this year in total for both the Champions League and La Liga, we're now talking about 31 goals and 17 assists. 13 goals, 21 goal contributions in the Champions League. It's spectacular.
It is quite ridiculous. Spence, all competitions, by the way. 34 goals, 23 assists in total. I mean, he's someone we have to talk about. He's someone we've spoken about all season. There's some more chants ring around here. But, I mean, the impact he's had on this team, I felt very much like he's very much been the leader on the pitch this season. I really do, Rafinha. He's got the armband on there, and I feel, honestly, that's quite fitting.
His all competitions statistics for goal scoring from the last 2 years with Barca were 10 goals and 10 goals.
Yeah.
And what was the number you just threw out? 31?
34.
34.
All comps, yeah.
Speaks for itself.
It's quite a ridiculous return, it is. I don't know how you felt about Rafinha before, Spence. I mean, I know he divided a lot of opinion. I was always quite a big fan of him. I just thought that he offered certainly a lot of intensity to Barcelona's play. I think he was a player who generated a lot, despite maybe not having the numbers people would have wanted. I was always quite a big fan of Rafinha, but I must admit that even this season has obviously taken me by surprise, as it has, I'm sure, most people, but...
Well, I will always stick by the motto that I had to create after getting frustrated a couple of times with players arriving and not producing their expectations from the first year, which is you have to give players at least a year and sometimes two. Ferran, the first year, we were all thinking, what's happening?
Yeah.
And look now.
Yeah.
Rafinha is another example. And that's not to say that it always works out, but you do have to be patient. Look, Pedri's tired.
Pedri is tired. Yeah, when we have the next interview, we'll go to that briefly with Marc Brau, because we'll have some more connections coming in, Spence. We know all the fans in the live chat will want to be hearing from our players on the bus, of course. And as soon as we have that, we will show you that immediately. There's so many players on there who've formed part of such a wonderful team this season for Barcelona. Even Ansu Fati's in there too. Right, Spence, we have our latest protagonist on the bus with Marc Brau. It's none other than Andreas Christensen. Let's hear from him.
He couldn't play all season long, but he was important in the last games in La Liga next to Andreas Christensen. Andreas, how are you? How special is it for you to celebrate your second league as a Barca player?
Two La Ligas in 3 seasons. It's amazing. And the feeling of coming here to do it again is even better than the first time. You never get tired of it. And it's something that helps us keep being hungry for more. It's such a fun experience, and I think everyone enjoys it a lot. So as a club, it means a lot.
It seems it's more impressive today than 2 years ago. It's incredible the amount of people that are today here in the streets.
No, we can feel how important it is for the fans and how much they enjoy it. And as a player, there's nothing better than celebrating with the whole club, everything involved in it. So I think we're just trying to take everything in, and now we have 2 more games, but right now we are enjoying the moment and see where it leads us.
Let me ask you, that's the last one, Andreas. It's been a tough year for you, but are you happy to have participation in the last 2 games in the Clásico, yesterday in the starting 11? I don't want to say it's a gift, but it's a good way to end a difficult season for you.
No, I'm proud of the team and thankful that they have put us in this situation so I can come back and enjoy it also. It's been, like I said, it's been a tough year personally, but staying positive with the team, winning is always easier, and it's been
it's easier to come back and be positive and just enjoy the moment. So I'm thankful for the team and everyone that's given everything for the whole season. So I also can come here and enjoy it. So yeah, I'm very, very thankful.
Thank you very much, Andreas. Let's go and celebrate. Thanks for attending us. The words of Andreas Christensen, who is going to celebrate a tough season for him, but these are the words of the Danish player, 2 leagues with Barca shirt.
Mark Bral there speaking with Andreas Christensen. Great to see Christensen back on the pitch, Spence. I mean, we've said to a few players who it hasn't been a difficult season for, he very much fits into that category, but I think he very much also fits into the category of a very good Barca centre-back. Was it you and me, pointing him out on the Barca Live programme last night? I think Robert gave him 2 points in his man of the match votes too. A player who, for me, when he comes into the lineup, performs so seamlessly at such a high level that you really have to take your hat off to him. And I hope he sticks around next season and that we get to see him more on the pitch, because I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of unjust in a way that he lost his starting position. No disrespect, obviously, to Inigo or Cubarsí or Araujo, but it was his position, and he was a part of a title-winning season as a center back for a club that posted a ridiculous amount of 1-0 victories.
Yeah.
And
yes.
And I mean, he's not even 30 years old yet. So he's been a rock, always reliable. I'd always trusted him, and I did think it was unfortunate that he didn't get as much playing time this season as we've seen in the past. But sometimes that happens when you have a lot of players with immense talent at the same position.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, we're seeing some absolutely wonderful, crazy scenes here on the streets of Barcelona. Last night was very similar at Canaletas, which is the traditional spot at which they celebrate league titles. There are all titles really at Barcelona. Look at some of these images, Spence. I mean, the sheer amount of numbers of Barca fans out there supporting their team last night, quite wonderful to see. And the full-time whistle blew. There was fireworks up in the air.
Yeah,
lots of Barca fans took to the street.
Our own Adrian Bielikowski was frustrated that he couldn't get out there because he was stuck with us.
Itching, wasn't he?
Yesterday.
He was indeed itching to get there. We're going to show you a video in a minute as well of how some of the players celebrated a few hours later, which I think you guys are going to enjoy soon if you haven't already seen it. But we can see there some of the scenes. I mean, when I saw these images, I was like, wow. I mean, like I'm saying today with the bus tour and the bus parade, this is sheer numbers are quite impressive. Absolutely packing the streets.
He wanted to be light post guy.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And Spence, I was just saying, these weren't the only scenes we saw, because when things quietened down a little bit into the evening, we also saw some players get on some bikes.
Yeah.
And have a little. Look at this. Dani Olmo. Is that Inigo Martinez?
Dani, Inigo, Eric, and Pedri.
Pedri, right?
Yeah.
4 Barca players there. That was when things had quietened down a bit.
So for those who don't know, in downtown Barcelona, you can get a subscription to a bike, I guess you would call it temporary bike rental, called Bising.
Yes.
And it's, I guess they have a subscription, which kind of surprised me. That's pretty cool. And they took it to go to the hospital to go visit Ferran. And to see those dudes at probably, I don't know, 2 a.m.
Yeah,
out on a bike.
It was great, wasn't it?
Cool.
It was one of those things, Spence, where I woke up this morning to quite a few videos, like the Casadon that we showed the fans earlier, that one on the bikes. I mean, great.
And the news that Laporta went to bed at 7 a.m.
Also good news. Right, we've got more reaction from the Barca Champions Parade bus. I believe we've got the Polish duo next to Marek Brau.
Next to the Polish players, Tech Chesney and Robert Lewandowski. Well, first of all, how are you? Champions of the league. First time for you, second for you with the Barca shirt.
First for him.
With Barca.
Jeszcze Polska nie zginęła, kiedy my żyjemy.
What does it mean, this league for you, Tech? We talked many times during the season, but with all the city under you, what are you feeling?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's good. It's a nice feeling. I didn't expect it when I was retired. I was retired that we were going to celebrate together, winning 3 trophies this year, so nice surprise.
And next to Robert.
Yeah, I think when you play with him, it's easier to win titles than lose. So we haven't won anything before for the national team, so it's nice that we got a chance to celebrate 3 trophies this year.
Robert, what can you say? What are you feeling? Second league with Barca and another big party here in the city.
Yeah, I think that's incredible, like what we did in this season, how we played. And you know, I think that so many fans, so many people can fall in love how we played this season, and this is amazing because we play from the beginning our best football, but of course in the football you have to fight till the end, and I think that the fans, they support us a lot, and we appreciate it a lot as well, and I think that now we can enjoy this moment.
How is this to play with teammates as Tech or Jules?
Yeah, you know, we were playing on the national team, Jules also, okay. It's like...
I didn't know we had Clint Eastwood here!
What? Robert, just to end the connection, what has this team to have the big connection? Young people, experienced players like you, but it seems that all the fans are absolutely amazing with the team.
You know that with our age, if we
say
are looking
that,
on this kind of game, of this kind of guys, you know that they are 70, 80, 90 years old. I feel sometimes as a teenager as well. So even that was like years ago. I have to say that I'm feeling really good, and I appreciate that I can be that part of the team.
Last question for you, Tech. Do you think that Robert will get the 100 goals or not?
He's the most motivated player in the team right now because he's 3 behind Mbappe for Pichichi as well. So we celebrate and keep ready for the next 2 games.
I will wait until you're achieved there. Robert, don't worry.
And I wouldn't bet any money that he's not going to win still, even though we won the league, we all relaxed, but he's going to fight.
Thank you very much, guys, and congratulations.
Oh, absolutely brilliant there. Marek Brau interview with Lewandowski,
yes.
Szczesny, and a bit of Jules Koundé too. That might be my favourite of the night, of the afternoon so far, Spence, I must say. Wow.
Can we just get Szczesny, like, can we just get him to take the microphone and actually he goes around and conducts the interviews?
What was he saying there, sorry? I think he was saying that Lewandowski's really sad right now because he's 3 goals behind Mbappe.
I heard motivated.
Ah, okay. And then he's trying to catch up with him.
I could be wrong, but I heard like if I had money to bet, I would bet it on Lewandowski to take down Mbappe.
That's what he was saying. I thought he said it's the other way around. Okay.
It could be. Honestly, it's kind of hard to decide.
I know.
You could be right.
With Tech, I didn't know if he was being sarcastic or whatnot, but
yeah,
that's up there with my favourites. I must say. I very much enjoyed that one between
I love that guy.
Between Tech and Lewandowski. And I don't know what Koundé was trying to call him when he came in.
I didn't know we had critics. That's what I was going for?
Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed like he was in his own little world.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. No, I mean, what a great duo there. We spoke about the young side of the team, but the experienced side of the team too there with those two. Either end of the pitch, I think, has also been massive for Barcelona in this second half of the season, especially after Szczesny came in.
Yeah, and the Polish duo, that was the perfect way to interview them because they started with a little Polish pride. They continued along and said, we're just happy to be able to celebrate something together. And they are 2 of the guys that without them this year, Barca, they don't win maybe anything.
Yeah. No,
that's how important they were.
I mean, Lewandowski, the way he stepped up this season, Spence, and usually when a player gets old, I think especially a striker actually, maybe their levels would maybe drop. Certainly their output would drop. I mean, my God, it's done the opposite of drop Lewandowski. He's on 40 goals, by the way, in 50 appearances, I make it, after his game last night. That's some record for a veteran striker, if you like, to keep performing at this level in this league, by the way, too, which is not an easy league to get goals in.
Nicely done,
tricks, Mansell. But to do that in this league, Spence, that's not an easy feat, is it?
No. I'm a little sad, just like Mark, that he was like, at our age, we... No, don't say that, man. Look at what you've done this year. Look at everything you've accomplished.
Absolutely. I think we've got some inside footage here from within the bus from one of our cameramen that we're going to be able to
finally
show you briefly.
I wanted to get inside the bus.
Yeah. We got a little tour of it right at the start of it, didn't we? We've seen it a little bit since. We saw the video of Castelló, of course, chanting within there. These are the wonderful scenes on the streets of Barcelona. I mean, absolutely heaving with fans. And it was heaving with fans last night when Barca won the Liga. It was heaving with fans right at the start of today's bus tour. And I mean, my God, it hasn't stopped because, I mean, this has been quite incredible. It really has. And the players and the coaches are still, I think that's Hansi Flick, is it, at the end there, waving to the fans, yeah. They're still well up for it, the players, after so many hours in, they're still really encouraging these fans. And then we saw a little shot of Arc de Triomphe. I'm guessing that is going to absolutely fill up, very shortly too, as we slowly edge towards there. We're nearing Plaza Catalunya, I believe, are we not, Spence?
The closer we get to Plaza Catalunya, I think we need an update pretty soon on the route that we've gone on. And the Sagrada Familia.
Yeah, that's a nice little shot too. I think we can show you where we are getting along with the map too, Spence.
Ask and ye shall receive. How much further does the red travel? Did we turn?
We did turn. We did turn.
Whoa!
There we are.
Whoa!
Yeah. We're all the way down there. They're making good time.
I was going to say, that says 9 p.m., but it's 8:37.
They're making very good time, in all fairness to them. So there you have it. The Champions Bus Tour certainly ploughing ahead of steam. As you said, Spence, I think around here is where it's going to get nice and hectic. But there you go. As you can see, we are around the third entertainment point, which is where you can see plenty of fans have turned up in their numbers. And the scenes here really are something to admire. Thousands and thousands of Barca fans, I'm sure they will be absolutely loving this, as I'm sure they've loved all season too. Certainly put a smile back on the fans' faces, have the players and staff. That's a nice little shot for us that gives us a little bit of an idea. Where's the bus?
Good question, man.
Where's Wally?
Good question.
There is Plaza Catalunya, of course. We're just looking for the bus to see where it was, but the players there very near on their tour. Great to see these streets filled. So much joy, so much happiness this season. They're just making the turn now at Pelay, I'm being told. Spence, there you go. So they're making good time here. There you go, the Catalunya flag also being waved there by the Basque man, Íñigo Martínez. Look at that. There you go, by the way. Nice to see some inside footage of the players on the bus chanting. They're really up for it. It's been a very united team this season. Everyone's enjoying it.
Everyone's out today. Everyone's out on their respective terrazas.
Yeah. They're chanting for Pablo Torres. Chanting for Ferran Torres, I'm being told, is who they were chanting for, so showing some support for him. I think I saw inside the dressing room, they were FaceTiming him too last night after celebrations, which was also great to see. Lamine's back on the mic. Classic Barca song ringing around there. Rafinha leading on the chant as Lamine Yamal started it too. Must say, we've heard obviously from these players so much this season spent. Whenever these guys have spoken, not just to Marc Brau after the game, but also here on Barça One. We mentioned all the exclusive interviews we've had here on Barça One, which you can of course check out on the platform. We've had Ferran Torres sit here. I even think to an interview that was conducted with Rafinha at the start of the season, the way he spoke about the team, the responsibility he has. I think about the Inside Barca documentaries where we had exclusive interviews from Íñigo Martínez, Rafinha, Hansi Flick, Marc Casador. Those were all really special for giving us insight into how this team have played this season. All of that content is available for you on Barça One and in 3 languages. Make sure you download the application or access it online via your laptops or your phones, and you can tune in to some of the exclusive footage and content we have on there too, which is focused around this impressive young team who this season have won 3 out of 4 titles. They came ever so close in the Champions League and have the domestic treble in their bag. Cool,
About time we got some recognition.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about Koubarsi, Spence. Really, yeah. 18 years old. We obviously all speak about Lamine Yamal, the 17-year-old sensation. Koubarsi, I thought last night when he came on last night, didn't he, quite early, Araujo to go off injured. I thought he showed another great demonstration of how composed he is at the back. And the ridiculous season he's had at this level has really been something to admire.
Yeah, it's not normal.
No.
18 years old. Not until just a couple of months ago was he even able to speak to the media in certain interviews, like in the Champions League.
So old, isn't it?
And now, you know, I think that's part of why there's so much joy amongst the fans, is because of what the future holds in how many years you can expect to see these players on the pitch improving, performing at their best.
Fans just throwing things at Hansi Flick to sign. He's quite gladly obliging right now. Credit to the guys, by the way, in the little Barca polos at the front of the bus who just walked the whole way.
And finally, someone comes to join Rafinha at the front. He's been sitting there by himself.
Hey! Jules is there with him. Look at the sheer numbers of fans there chanting "Campeones, campeones" to those brilliant Barca players. Well, Jordi Cochran's spoken and caught up with some more Barca fans, so let's go straight to him. Let's see how the fans are feeling after this incredible Barca season. Not long to go until the bus arrives here in Arc de Triomphe. How are you guys feeling now?
Bueno,
as the bus is about to arrive.
Aquí te contagias de toda esta multitud y
We feel like it's really intense here.
no se puede disfrutar menos.
We couldn't enjoy it
Mucha
anymore.
emoción por las personas que también.
Y el hecho de celebrar hoy esta liga que hemos ganado en el día de ayer ante el Español y una temporada que ha sido
This league that was won yesterday against
Sí, sí.
Espanyol,
No se
a
puede pedir
brilliant
más. Bueno,
season.
Con todo lo que se oye de las polémicas, pero bueno,
We couldn't really ask for anything else, honestly. We can't complain.
canteranos de primera y tenemos equipo para un tiempo.
We've got an incredible youth academy. We've got a team for a long time here.
Temporada, las victorias en los clásicos, la
Is there
final
maybe
de
one
Copa,
victory that
no
you
sé
could
si algún
pick
momento
out for the, or a moment in the season that you pick out above everything?
Te diría muchas, pero no sabría por dónde
I would
empezar.
say a lot of them.
Bueno, no, ahora mismo no caigo ninguna. Pues. Todos los partidos han sido emocionantes. Todos.
Honestly, every game has been
Pues las
amazing this
valoraciones
season.
aquí en directo en Arc de Triomphe a escasos minutos de que llegue el bus del Barça.
Just a
para
few
acabar
moments
esta
before
rueda
the
de
Barça bus arrives here in Arc de Triomphe. There we go then, more Barça fans there speaking to Jordi Cochran. He said that he couldn't pick a game. We had to pick one, Spence. He said he couldn't pick his favourite game of the season.
I don't blame him. I mean, it's so hard to pick in this moment, and that's why you just have to celebrate all of it. You climbing up those light posts there, Pablo?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I absolutely wouldn't be climbing up those lampposts, Spence, unfortunately.
Look at this.
I wouldn't be one of those people. This is great stuff. I'm sort of situating myself where all this is, by the way.
So many people.
Regalito for you. So to say what we could do again, for all the people who didn't see the shirt that the Barça players are wearing, do you want to go and show the camera again?
Another passerella?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, please.
Little passerella? All right.
If you'd be so kind. Because the shirt that we've got on right now in the studio is indeed the same shirt that the Barça players and the Barça coaching staff are indeed wearing out there on the bus, which is, that's nice, isn't it? It's a nice touch for us here to have in the studio, Spence. So in just a moment, we'll show you that shirt when we can. Here you go then, Spence. Take it away, my friend. If you'd like to
Ready.
get to your feet, and maybe show the fans what those Barca players are wearing on the bus. Here we go. This is it. 28 league titles, by the way. Barca have got now in their history. And if we do a little spin around, Mr. Spencer Seagull, there you go. Al nostre stil, al nostre llegat.
El estilo nuestro y la llegada nuestra, ¿no? Llegada.
Nuestro legado.
Legado.
There you go. There you can see the detail. You can see the details there on the shirts. League champions 24-25 and all the players involved in the season, plus Hansi Flick, the coach. That's the shirt the players are wearing there, as are all the coaching staff out on the bus parade this evening now here in Barcelona.
And
Yeah.
We talk about the names real quick. We go from 1 to 46. Ter Stegen, Cubarsí, Balde, Araujo, Íñigo, Gavi, Ferran, Pedri, Lewandowski, Ansu, Rafinha, Iñaki, Peña, Pablo Torre, Christensen, Fermín, Casado, Pau Victor, Lamine, Olmo, Frankie, Koundé, Eric Szczesny, Astralaga, Bernal, Kochen, Ford, Martín, Domínguez, Fernández, Tani, Hansi Flick.
There you go, all the players involved in Barcelona's title-winning season in La Liga. And of course, a season 2, which they won the Copa del Rey and the Spanish Super Cup too. Very successful campaign for Barca, all things considered.
And then some. There's no. I can't do the answer. I'm not talented enough. I'm just not.
Do the answer. It's actually not bad.
Woo, 4.
That's not bad. I couldn't. Either.
I'm not even gonna toss it to you.
No, don't. Keep it far away from me. I'll tell you who I've seen very animated today, Hansi Flick.
Where is that man?
Oh, by the way, it's seriously starting to heat up there as well, the celebrations. Flares are going off now as, well, we are passing Spence, one of the busiest points so far in this entire bus parade. Wow, thousands out there on the streets of Barcelona, and
incredible.
Yeah, I must say, this is some turnout from all the fans, and I mean, that image there is a great image. You see the champions bus there, and all the fans there cheering on their heroes too.
Okay, this is why el catalá correcta pasó. Porque I just assumed, and I assumed wrong. And what happens when you assume is you make an arse out of you and me. El nostre llegat is legacy. I was thinking llegada, and when I was corrected for legado, legacy. So
yeah,
our style, our legacy.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I was thinking I was thinking llegada as in yeah, the generation has arrived.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you learn something new every day, like that.
It's our legacy. It's our legacy. Do you want to do it? Right. My friends, culés, watching on as you see Barça celebrating their bus parade. We've had a very special guest with us this season on a lot of the Barça Live, haven't we, Spence? Who I'm sure a lot of the fans who are watching this bus parade would have seen also. I think he'd like to answer a little question. Do you want to go and pose that question?
Me?
You have a close bond with him.
Okay.
Very close bond with him.
On my way, I guess. This is Robert's job.
And Robert's not here, so I'm sending you.
So, Mr. Barcaficial Intelligence thinks he's so great. You've talked a lot of smack all season long. My question to you, what are your thoughts on this season so far?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Spencer. I have no regrets from this season. I got more correct predictions than all of you combined. And I just want you to know that Barcaficial Intelligence is with you every step of the way, including every roll of the wheel during this parade.
What? Really?
He's got an attitude, eh?
He does, man. Good talk.
sure he'll plenty more for him as the season goes on. Well, I mean, there you go. Barca artificial intelligence. Spent some here, and we can go to some more Barca fans who are there following the team around on their tour, waiting for the team at Arc de Triomphe. Here they are. Here we are with more Barca fans waiting for the final, for the bus to arrive. Yeah, we're really looking forward for the bus to arrive. We want to see Pedri, Lamine Yamal. How has the season been for you after winning the league, the cup, the Super Cup? I think honestly we had an incredible season. We were in a tough moment. And now we just want to be best team in Europe. What's one moment of the season that maybe you'd stick out or point out? I think obviously the things that we won, but we were so much better than Madrid. That's important too. What about all the new players we've got coming through too? Lamine, Pedri, Cubarsí. I think Lamine obviously was very good. Kim Junyent coming through though, I think is a great young player.
Jordi, al final aquí l'emoció i la il·lusió dels aficionats blaugranes presents per veure aquest equipàs que tenim.
There we go, Jordi Coquelin speaking to some more Barca fans. Kim Junyent, you just pointed out there, by the way, who's having a very good season with the under-19s, and Jordi Coquelin there asking for maybe a young player who you think coming up. I think he was talking about players who are in the first team, but that caller there just gave an answer from someone coming up from the ranks.
Yeah, he must watch your
the youth league.
Yes,
the under-19s, aren't it? Having a great season, by the way.
Well, you're in the position now that that's very. You can take advantage of it like in 2 or 3 years, because when those players come up to the first team to debut, you're going to be all over it. You're going to know, yep, this guy right here, it's the Marc Casado version, right? I already knew. Man.
It is incredible. It's very useful, by the way. And the knowledge you get of all these young guys coming through, and you sort of pick up who's really coming up, like genuinely, it's really helped me actually. From a point of view. Right, we are just a few moments away from the bus parade arriving at Arc de Triomphe. So coming towards the end of the bus parade, we're expecting there to be a huge crowd waiting for these players and staff who've had a wonderful season when they do get there. Nearly there. Let's keep the support going in the live chat. Thank you all who have tuned in so far. Let's get those blue and red hearts in the live chat. Come on,
throw some blue and red hearts.
Get them in there. Spence, we'll read out a few of the names who throw them in there too, right?
Yeah, of course. It's about time. We haven't asked for them. Put your blue and red hearts in. I'm gonna call you out. Let's see if we can get that. Here we go. It's already starting. Nicely done. We're gonna call your names out.
Here they are.
In a second.
Arbenita Lecage has put blue and red hearts in the chat.
Ilan, Rosé, B.
Luis Rojas.
Amit.
Lutka.
Piyush Verma.
Elan.
Michael De Blois.
Sheikh Humaira.
Kim Freiberg.
Amit.
Oscar.
Caleb.
Bilal. Hussein. Julia.
Hundreds, thousands of blue and red hearts. Look at that, by the way, for a sunset over Barcelona. That's lovely.
Keep it rolling. Spiky. Chris Dragon. Visca Barça. Barça Vibes. Ricardo de Conceição.
A nice name.
Official Spencer. All right, that's a little weird. Ayush. Daniel. Anthony Goat. All right. Ghost. The Barça. Moyana, Winter, NY, Gaudi Peña, Jakub, Ragnar. Solid.
Lots of Barca fans enjoying this one, as we can just see some images here, Spence, of the team bus as it nears the end of the bus parade.
Keep those blue and red hearts coming. Natalia, Ivana, Jessin, Rami, you're all doing great. Paloma.
That's a lovely shot there of TV, that one, by the way. Wow. I mean, look at that shot, by the way, Spence. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very nice indeed. Right. That time of the show again, my friends. Let's see where the Barca bus is then on its route to Argentina. This is where we last left you. Where are they now? They must be coming towards the end of their tour, I'd imagine, Spence. And they are, well, they're good. They're good on time. They're good on time. We've just hit 9 o'clock here in Spain.
Yeah,
whoa, there you go.
There we go.
They're nearly there. They're nearly at Argentina. For we are expecting some big celebrations, some big scenes. Players and staff. I mean, Hansi Flick's had a smile on his face all day so far, by the way, which has been, for me, a big highlight of this afternoon, which I've absolutely loved seeing.
This has been great. And they haven't been burned by the sun either.
They wore their sun cream. That chant may be the most popular of the night so far. Campeones, campeones. Nice throw, nice catch.
Oh, Rafinha needs a pen.
Yeah.
That's got to be heartbreaking. Oh, he got a pen. Thank God. Because if you throw that up there and then he caught it and he doesn't have a pen, come on. I want to see him return it.
Well, Spence, as the bus parade is nearing its end, we can hear from some more Barca protagonists, Héctor Fort and Gavi. Here they are with Marc Vidal.
Al costat de Gavi, Héctor Fort. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás en això? ¿Cómo estás haciendo la celebración?
How are we?
Tot perfecte.
¿Qué tal, Héctor?
Everything perfect.
Tu ja ho havies
Incredible.
viscut fa 2 anys, però per tu, Héctor, és la primera.
You've already won the league 2 years ago, Gavi, but this is your first time, Héctor. This is unbelievable, honestly.
És increïble, és increïble.
This is incredible,
Gavi, ¿qué
honestly.
supone para ti también esta rúa, ¿no?
What
Con
does
todo
this
lo que
mean
hemos
for you
vivido, lo
also,
que nos has
Gavi?
contado y verte aquí
With
ahora
everything you've
celebrando
gone
tu título.
Sí, si me lo ibas a decir antes de esta temporada no me lo creería, ¿no? Después de la lesión.
Honestly, if you told me this before this season, I wouldn't have believed you. I'm very happy for myself and also for the
Es la
team.
Liga, Gavi, Héctor. Es la Liga, la Copa, la Supercopa, la
It's not just the league, it's the Supercopa and the Cup as well.
Està molt orgullosa de vosaltres.
But obviously, the fans are so proud of you.
Al final hem fet molt bona feina.
Honestly, in the end, we did a great job.
No s'ha aconseguit, però bueno, al principi ja sabem el que ens deia del que seria la temporada i mira el que hem aconseguit.
No one believed we could do this at the start of the season, and look what we've done.
I així ha de ser, així ha de ser.
I ara que el Gavi no m'escolta, de tu, Héctor, content també, t'imaginaves tenir els minuts del tram final de la temporada, ha sigut un any fàcil, però segueixes aprenent i has tingut també minuts importants, amb ganes de
You also had
seguir
important minutes at the end of the season,
Molt
Héctor.
agraït, al final.
Yeah, I'm very grateful.
Quan sigui, a vegades menys, a vegades més. Ara s'ha donat el que s'ha donat i he tingut l'oportunitat.
You have to give what you can when you get the chance. I always give it my best for the team.
Gavi, una última pregunta, Gavi. No sé qué te parece tanta gente, la sensación es que la conexión que tienes con ellos es espectacular.
Gavi, what about all the fans we have here? Because you've got an unbelievable connection with them. They believe in us, and I just had a connection cut there from the Marc Brau interview with Gavi and Hector Fort. I liked what Hector Fort was saying there. I mean, hasn't had a huge amount of minutes this season, but is a very bright up-and-coming fullback for Barca can play on either side, of course, and spoke about they're giving his all for the team when he gets the chance.
We got to be getting very close now.
I believe we are, Spence.
To the point where we see more Barca fans than you or I or anybody can conjure up in one image.
We're very near to the arrival of the bus. A huge thank you, by the way, to everyone who's tuned in today. We've had massive, massive numbers on the live stream. We really do appreciate it. Been able to hear from so many different protagonists today as well, Spence, which was always nice to see as the Barca bus is now nearing its final destination. And what a turnout from the Barcelona fans, who have not disappointed today.
No. Everybody's here.
And we can hear from another one of those Barca players, Spence. Pau Victor was with Marc Brau.
Un altre dels que està celebrant la seva primera Lliga amb el Barça.
Another one celebrating his first league title with Barca.
Espectacular. Jo quan era petit estava allà baix.
Unbelievable. When I was younger, I was down there with the fans.
Hem hagut d'esperar ara per sentir la millor frase de tota la celebració. Quan era petit estava allà baix. Perquè és increïble.
It's the best phrase of the bus tour so far.
I fixeu-vos la connexió que heu generat amb tota l'afició.
Look at the connection with the fans. Yeah, this is unbelievable. I've got goosebumps. Spectacular.
Al màxim i gaudir-ho, que això pot ser...
We're completely enjoying it because this is unique.
Tothom diu que sou com una família, però és que la sensació és que això no s'aturarà, que seguiu endavant.
Feels like this isn't going to stop here. You're going to keep going.
Al final és això que diuen, crec que som una família, tots anem a una, anem amb el mateix pensament.
Honestly, we're a family. We all fight for each other. We're ambitious as well.
No sé quin creus que ha estat el secret de tot l'equip.
What was the secret of this team this season?
La cosa es pensava difícil, però no heu perdut cap partit de Lliga en tot el 2025.
Haven't lost a single league game in 2025.
Nosaltres confiàvem al màxim en nosaltres, mai hem dubtat.
Honestly, the most important thing was that we believed in ourselves completely.
I bueno, això és un secret que bueno, que
That's the
mai hem dubtat
secret
de
that
nosaltres.
we just work for each other. Go and celebrate it, Pau.
Pau Víctor, un altre jugador que ha guanyat la seva primera Lliga amb el Barça.
Pau Victor there also speaking to Marc Brau. I mean, I've loved hearing from all the different players today and how committed they all are to this team. Despite their various different situations, it really has been great to see.
You know, that's a good point that we just heard Pau Victor make, which makes you think, saying that he was once down on the streets as a youngster celebrating this type of occasion, makes you think, almost 100% 100% sure that right now there's some 7, 8, 9-year-old kid who's down there who in 10, 15 years down the road, when hopefully Barca win a few more titles, that perhaps he's down there now and he'll be on that bus next time.
Yeah, you're spot on, Spence. That is actually quite crazy to think about, and that is a very likely possibility now.
I mean, if he was 8 or 9 years old, well, Lamine's 17, so that wasn't even a decade ago.
Yeah. Incredible.
Pau Victor's not much older.
No. They can see the masses there at Arc de Triomphe waiting for the bus to arrive. I don't think it's very far away now. Just at a standstill now with so many people on the street. Incredible. And they're still signing things.
Everybody's had enough standing for it for one day.
Yeah. That speaker has remarkably stayed upright as well.
I'm impressed. That's Inigo.
Yeah. Rightfully so. Getting his flowers. You see nightfall there approaching Barcelona. This started the tour over 3 hours ago now. Approaching 9:15 now. This started back at 6. All the way from Camp Nou, we've made our way down Les Corts, Carrer Numancia, past Carrer Berlin and Paris, all the way down Balmes. They've turned at Pelay, and now we are approaching final stop here, Arc de Triomphe. Players have signed jerseys all day long. And capping off a quite remarkable campaign with 3 trophies in the bag. Still 2 league games to go, of course, against Villarreal and Athletic Club.
That last shirt that got tossed up to Rafinha and Koundé already had something signed on it. You run a risk when you toss it up there like that.
He wanted more.
Wanted more. Opa.
Bus just at a standstill now, it seems.
Oh, Hansi's done. He said, I've had enough. Someone chucked a shirt at him a little too hard. He said, I'm not signing that one.
Barcelona fans out there making memories for a lifetime. They've made plenty of those so far this season. No doubt about that. We're just approaching the final stretch of the tour here. Looks as though the bus has just met a standstill, but you can see there some of the crowds awaiting Arc de Triomphe. I believe, Spence, the bus is just a few meters away, but
it looks like the street hits a bit of a people dead end, so I think that's
the situation where they're going to have to try and get around here, but we'll see what the development is.
Oh, it's a helicopter, not a drone.
Yeah.
It's doing the taka 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 taka. This stoppage is allowing everybody to throw their shirts up to Koundé and Rafinha.
It's a great signing opportunity.
Look at that. Koundé even passes it over to Rafinha for the double signing.
I love look at both of them. It's almost like their new little position at the front. They've taken up, they just agreed to sign everything. Still over 50,000 of you watching us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate you showing up wherever you are from all over the world to enjoy this. Maybe there were a few people in downtown Barcelona who decided that it was better just to stay at home and avoid the crowds. I don't know.
And tune into us via YouTube, yeah. They're laughing because I think someone just lobbed something.
There's one shirt stuck on the corner of the bus. This just turned into an autograph session.
It has, hasn't it? I mean, this is a great opportunity, by the way, to get things signed for everyone. Everyone's taking advantage, and fair play to them. And Koundé's got the best seat in the house.
If you had your choice, your pick of the lot,
yeah,
what item would you throw up to the bus, and who would you try to aim it at?
Here, I think it's quite obvious.
You going with Lamine?
Yeah, I'm going with Lamine. I just think the potential for it to be something very special is quite big. And what would I give? I'd give a shirt, to be honest, Spence. But the issue with giving a shirt, I see all these shirts getting launched up. I don't know how you feel about shirts, but I don't want to lose them, eh? You know what?
No, it's a calculated risk.
Yeah.
You throw it up there, and you might not get it back, but you also might get it back with
a signal. Yeah.
So I get it.
I don't know.
But what else would you throw?
Yeah, I mean, if not, what would I throw? I've got like a little. They've thrown a lot of those tiny little footballs.
I've got
a little Barca ball in my house. Yeah.
That's the easiest item to launch.
Yeah, that's what I do. I was thinking that as well, Spence, in terms of the item I'd probably throw up. The bus has reached a bit of a standstill.
Can you sign that for me?
Reactions. I actually shouldn't sign it because then I'll get told off. It's going to get the pen. It's reached a bit of a standstill here, the bus, though, but we've seen some really great scenes on the streets of Barcelona tonight that will be remembered for a very long time. You see another Rafinha shirt there. Well, Rafinha signed plenty. Now's your chance if you want something signed by him.
Maybe because they want to be punctual and they said that Arc de Triomphe would happen at 9:30.
I know,
I'm
wondering.
Could be.
I'm wondering whether that is the reason, that's the situation, what's happening. Could be. Buena.
I'm not doing the answer. Oi!
So many we
Nope.
can.
Nope.
How many can we do with it?
Nope. Nope. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And the mug nearly just...
Everything's okay.
And the trophy nearly went down too. By the way, this is a nice little set we've got here, Spence, having the trophy in the studio with us. To have the league title here is, I don't know, it's nice. Just tilted it a little bit.
It's nice when
beautiful.
It's covered in Blaugrana.
It is indeed very nice. Right, Spence, as the bus is at a bit of a standstill.
Not anymore.
Oh, it's off again. We do indeed have a video for you all of Hansi Flick getting involved with some of the chanting. Take a look at this.
It's all right because it's Estrella and we had them on our show one time.
Gotta love Hansi Flick. Getting involved in the celebrations and chanting Campeones along with his staff and players.
I'm seeing people just throwing shirts like that, and then they wind up in the wrong hands. I'm sure if you wanted to, you could just pace alongside the bus and pick up as many free shirts as there are.
Genuinely, yeah. There must have been a lot that have dropped. Oh, there's another one that gets tossed up.
That's a green one.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Isn't it?
I think it was, Spence, yeah. Chesney's kept that hat on all night long.
I hope he wears it on Sunday against Villarreal. He looks like an Abi.
More chance for Inigo, I think. There's an Olmo shirt.
Signed by Rafinha.
Is that Inigo still donning the Basque flag, right?
He's working hard. Look at it now. Now that the sun's setting,
oof,
we're getting that pintica.
I mean, how many thousand are we predicting there waiting, Spence? Wow. Never mind the thousands we've seen on the route today too.
I'm more curious to know how many of them started at the Spotify Camp Nou and have actually made their way with the bus.
Yeah, that'll be...
Or you know, cut it off in some way.
Yeah, do you reckon? I'm guessing there are people who've done the whole route, right? Do you reckon?
I would think a couple at least. No, I've seen a couple of the same signs.
Yeah.
Along the way, there was one that says "I heart Flick," "I heart Chesney."
Yeah.
Even after the sun goes down, you got to keep the sunglasses on.
Who was it? I think was it De Jong who said he was after the Copa del Rey win when Lamine and Rafinha were wearing sunglasses, and they said to De Jong, "Why aren't you wearing any?" He said, "It's not sunny." We're off again.
Should have parked your car there on the right.
Must be approaching the end point now, Spence.
Definitely getting close. But don't tell anybody out there that we're getting close to the end.
You can see even the staff, and they are like amazed at what they're seeing too. A lot of players, staff taking videos of all of this. Rafinha, I don't think I've seen him with his phone once. He's just been taking it on in the front, but
he picked the best spot and he's stuck there.
Yeah, no, genuinely he has actually. Yeah. Unbelievable. Is that Casado there with the Blaugrana flag at the back of the bus there? He's also got a lollipop in his mouth that he's chewing there. But
you know, Szczesny looks like a grandpa, but Pedri, I think, is in his head he's like, guys, I want to go home.
He's got that look, hasn't he?
I'm done, man. I'm out.
He's got that look. I mean, thousands and thousands of Barca fans there supporting this team. A team who have had a great season under Hansi Flick, of course. People we can't forget who made the decision to bring Hansi Flick in. Joan Laporta and Deco. We can hear from them after they spoke after last night's win over Espanyol. Here they are, Laporta and Deco.
Estic molt content, molt feliç de veure el barcelonisme feliç. De veure que el barcelonisme ha retrobat l'alegria, s'ha retrobat amb l'orgull. Ha sigut una lliga que l'hem guanyat contra tots i contra tot. I, clar, l'agraïment principal és aquests jugadors magnífics que tenim, que són els veritables artífecs d'aquesta lliga, que ho han fet la mar de bé, els jugadors, el Hansi Flick, el seu staff, el Deco amb el seu equip. Jo crec que han fet una feina extraordinària, excepcional, y han conseguido una temporada que yo diría que es histórica.
Es una temporada espectacular. Creo que sabíamos que teníamos que mejorar cosas, que podíamos subir el nivel del equipo, pero claro, a principio de temporada planeas todo, sueños con ganar y vale, yo creo que ha sido merecido. Es una temporada muy buena, una temporada difícil, con muchas cosas en contra, pero creo que el equipo, los entrenadores, el staff, todo el club ha trabajado muy bien.
Estic molt content, molt feliç.
And Deco speaking there after last night's win over Espanyol. I mean, must have been moments of joy for them too. We can really see here, Spence, things starting to get, well, very heated as the bus is arriving its final destination. Arc de Triomphe now picking up some speed, and those fans very much enjoying the final push from their champions.
They've been patient. They've been waiting for this moment. And look at that. Here we go.
Drink this in, Barca fans. These are special moments. There we are then, Spence. Bus arrives at its final destination, Arc de Triomphe, and it does so in some style as Blaugrana flares light up the sky. Rafinha waves the flag, and those players wave to their faithful supporters after a brilliant campaign.
Absolute scenes, man. Unreal, the number of people that have flocked, and the fact that night's fallen upon us has made it even cooler.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Yeah. Really special scenes. Rafinha's had a smile on his face from 6 to now 9. What are we at? 9:35 here in the evening. There you go, Spence. That's the bird's eye view, if you like, from that helicopter that just shows you the sheer number of people out on the streets of Barcelona tonight to support their heroes. And that says everything you need to know about the connection this club has with the city right now.
It's certainly more than a club.
set off now, as they were last night at Canaletas. And Araujo encourages more support from those fans. And those are some really great images there that we've just been showing you here.
You don't want to become accustomed to it, but you also want to get used to it. Perhaps next year, maybe we can do this again. We haven't had a repeat champion in La Liga for 6 years.
Wow. That's a good stat, eh? Is that true? Yeah. So that's some feat for this team if they want to achieve that next year. Something to aim for.
The last time that it happened was Barca doing it 7 years ago. So, well, yeah, 7 years ago. Hats off to the bus driver today.
Yes.
Whoever it was.
I wonder if they did stints, you know.
I don't know. Hats off.
Well, now, as you can see, the bus looks as though it's come to its termination point. Araujo's not giving up on the celebrations, though. People just don't stop, Spence. I thought when the road was cut there.
It was cut. We've parted the Arc de Triomphe Sea. You know, I think they could do this all night, and people wouldn't get tired of it. It's Friday. You could take this all the way up to Montjuic if you want.
End it where a lot of the football's been played this season.
I think the player of the match today is Rafinha, because
and not for the first time this season.
He posted up in that spot and just sat there the whole time. He's not tired. His feet aren't worn out.
Boy, has he delivered, yeah.
I think Pedri had one of his worst performances of the season. Hansi Flick was excellent as manager. Wojciech Szczęsny was as you'd expect.
Yeah, completely, Spence. I agree. I mean, Rafinha hasn't stopped. There's some who live for these moments more than others, I suppose.
Can we get the route on the screen again and continue the red line beyond where it was supposed to go?
I don't think we can. But what a route it was, by the way. I mean, what a tour this was, full of Barcelona fans at every stop. Well, it looks there, Spence, as though... I say there, Spence, looks as though our live coverage has finished for the evening. This is where things started, by the way. Back at the Camp Nou, if you can wind your memory back to when we started.
There was sunlight.
I know.
There were people celebrating as soon as they got out of the parking lot.
And look at those guys at the front. You see in those little the gold polos. They've walked this whole thing, by the way.
Yeah.
But there we have it. Spence, I mean, a wonderful season. I think a wonderful way to end the season, this as well, with quite a nice bus tour full of fans at every single location over the city. The connection, as we heard several protagonists say, between the players, the fans, has been immense this season. And these scenes we saw today were really breathtaking.
Yeah, a lot of images that I think will complement this season very well when we look back at what this year was, winning 3 trophies and getting to celebrate it, because, you know, winning the trophies is great, but you also have to acknowledge and enjoy, because we know, as we've repeated over and over, that these moments don't come all the time every year. So these images will be right next to the Lamine goals, to the Fermin goals, to the Rafinha goals. Just excellent stuff.
Oh, I completely agree, Spence. I think from what we've seen today, we're going to have a lot from these images that's going to last a long time in terms of archive footage and the moments that we're not going to want to forget. I've got absolutely no doubt about that. And this is a nice way to wrap up what has been a really special season for Barcelona. We've enjoyed it so much on the pitch as fans. I think off it, the connection with the players has been there from game one. We saw a team who were committed. They came back in games on several occasions. They played unbelievable football. And that's been great fun to watch at the end of the day.
Yeah, a lot of their personalities came out. I mean, we've talked about player of the match today. If I'm giving 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points, I have to give 3 points to Rafinha for his post-up spot at the top of the bus, just never moving. I'm going to give 2 points to Szczęsny for his hat. And I got to give a point to Koundé for his action as well. He was chilling the whole time.
Koundé's been good.
And signing tons of shirts the whole way through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can hear from a very, very special someone right now. Spence, you're going to enjoy this one. Lamine Yamal, here he is. Oh, we still don't have Lamine Yamal upon him.
No, I was ready.
We still have Lamine Yamal. We're going to show him later for you also. Everyone, hold your horses. We'll get there shortly.
Right.
We'll get there shortly. I like your top 3 though, Spence. I like your top 3 in terms of how people are supported.
I'm putting you on the spot. I understand you have to think it through for a second, so I'm stalling to let you do that.
You went Szczęsny, you went Rafinha, you went Koundé.
Rafinha 3, Szczęsny 2, Koundé 1.
I don't mind that, to be fair. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I think that's a good top 3. Casadol was good.
Yeah,
Casadol was good. He was in there too.
He took the mic.
Íñigo Martínez wasn't. Araujo was up there.
Yeah,
Araujo very much enjoyed it. So I enjoyed that too. But
in terms of moments, Ansu Fati's ball control skills.
Yes,
that was nice.
That was good.
Almost as good as ours. Okay, yeah, I realize you got somebody else. It's okay. I was just saying that we were pretty good too.
Yeah, we gave
we
gave it a go, didn't we? We didn't need to give it a go, but that was a nice piece of trickery from Ansu Fati, in all fairness. But also, Spence, nice today to be able to hear from a lot of the players. I think they all spoke really well, about how much they care for each other, how much of a team this team has been this season. That's been nice to hear too.
Oh, I didn't realize we had Castellier. Oh wow, nicely done.
We must have missed that.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that at all. Nicely done. Well done. I like how the car behind it, the Cupra, is called the safety car. To ensure safety.
Yeah.
Nicely done. And we got Pedri and Eric. They picked their spots too. They stayed up there. But you can always pick out Szczesny. Where's Szczesny? Oh, I see him.
Spence?
Yes.
I led you on earlier.
We have him.
I'm not going to lead you on now.
Please.
Lamine Yamal, here he is. Let's hear from him.
Al costat de Lamine Yamal, que està vivint la seva primera rua amb el Barça. Lamine, molt ràpid.
Your first tour with Barça, Lamine.
La teva primera rua amb el Barça.
Res, és un somni poder viure això amb el club de la meva vida. Estic disfrutant molt amb els meus companys.
Yeah, I really enjoyed being on the tour with all of my teammates.
Sensació de recompensa una mica a tot l'any, Lamine, no ha estat fàcil.
I feel like everything was worth it this year, maybe. Obviously, it hasn't been easy to come back in the league, but look at all of the people here supporting you. Oh, it was very difficult, but now it's time to enjoy.
I esperem que tots els anys siguin així.
Ja per
I hope
acabar,
that
si
there's
tot
many
el
more
que
years
estigués
like
aquest
this.
Santi, què li diries?
Hey.
Goti, madridita, tiro, Goti. Goti, madridita, tiro, Goti. Gràcies, Lamine. Lamine Yamal, un dels noms de la temporada.
What can you say about that, Spence, by the way? Maraval said, if there's something you could say to the fans, what would it be? And he takes the mic and does a little chant, full of personality, full of character. Special player.
He's 17 years old. And what more do you want him to do? I mean, he's been fantastic all season. Yeah. So I'm happy that he's able to enjoy this in a way that maybe we wouldn't have otherwise seen. We don't get to see him as the teenager. We just see him as a ridiculous footballer.
He is, and he's so mature. Was it full-time yesterday? We won the league, and he just did a handshake with Flick and left. But he was so calm at full-time, at 17, and people would often obviously be going crazy, and naturally so, but he's got that coolness about him to, just understand the situation, understand the moment, and get on with it, So the maturity levels he shows too, I think, on the pitch, Spencer, are great. I mean, and maybe Mr. Mature Pedri was speaking to him about slowing the game down at times, but what we love about Lamine too is how he always takes players on. That's part of his game too, right?
Yeah, and all of these players, they took on the challenge of this season. They accepted that it wasn't going to be easy, and here we are celebrating that with a parade that everybody's going to remember.
Absolutely. Started at Camp Nou and now all the way through to Arc de Triomphe. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful season for Barcelona. One that we've had great fun watching here on Barça Live many times, and of course here on the YouTube channel, or Barça One. I'm sure you would have enjoyed lots of it too. Images you're seeing here are some of the best images we have of the bus parade.
Yeah, and by the way, I think it's worth noting, after a long day and an exciting parade, that we haven't celebrated everything yet, right? Come on, man.
There's no time yet.
There's always time. Cumpleaños feliz. Feliz tomorrow, huh? Te deseo. Cumpleaños feliz.
23 years old tomorrow.
Oh my God, he's like Lamine, man. He's
23 tomorrow, in a few hours' time. I completely forgot with...
Happy birthday, buddy.
Spence, how old are you, my friend?
Older than that. Older than you.
Massive thank you to everyone tuning in, by the way, today. And thank you for the music and for the little celebration.
We don't have the confetti.
I know.
Well, it came down actually virtually.
Oh, thank you all very much.
I mean, this is
everyone.
a good way to celebrate.
It is indeed a nice way to celebrate. I was thinking that yesterday when we won the league. I thought that's a nice way to wrap up, and sort of, ease into my birthday, if you like.
Do you have anything to say to the fans?
Fans, thank you so much for tuning in, as always. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you for celebrating, well, my early birthday with me too. But thank you for being here for what's been an unbelievable season for Football Club Barcelona. 3 trophies. We've won the Super Cup, the Copa del Rey, and now La Liga. Doesn't get much better than that. Hansi Flick, all the players, Massive congratulations to them.
He's a born talker. Keboti, 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 Barca live. Keboti, 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 Barca live. Woo!